A top 10 pick in the NBA draft this past season. The expectation is they will be picking in the top 10, perhaps even higher this season. So how does Mike Brown's team not underestimate a team with a 1-5 record?
Again, these guys are in the NBA for a reason. They're talented, and their record doesn't speak well probably for them right now. They probably wish it was better or feel it could be better. And it's not up to us to decide whether they're good or bad record, good record, whatever. It's up to us to know, hey, it's a back-to-back. We got an NBA team in front of us. Let's play how we're capable of. And I'm a firm believer in worrying about yourself. If you're able to take care of yourself at the highest level, everything else will fall into place, especially during the regular season with as many games as you play. So no matter who's in front of us, we got to come freaking play. And if we expect to be great, then we will.
And that was the Coach's Report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. The superior game meets superior taste. Grab a Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. We gave you the Knicks starting five. Shamet starts tonight with the other regulars, Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. No Mitchell Robinson this evening. For the Wizards, C.J. McCollum, he's the veteran in the starting five. Then you have Bilal Coulibaly, you have the Brooklyn native Justin Champagnie, you have Keyshawn George, their leading scorer, and then you have Alex Sarr, who was the number 2 overall pick in last year's NBA draft. The Wizards head coach, Brian Keefe, what does he remember of Sarr's matchups last year with Karl Anthony Towns?
Good learning experiences. This is the fun part of the NBA. There's great challenges night to night. Get no rest in this league. There are great players on every team. No different tonight, so we're excited for that.
Have you ever wanted to headline your own halftime show at the Garden? Showcase your talent and enter the That's New York Talent Contest today for a chance to win $50,000. Head to knicks.com/NYTalent to enter. We'll take another break here on New York Knicks Game Night, and when we return, we will be joined by Monica McNutt as we get you set for the Knicks and the Wizards. Second night of a back-to-back. Knicks look for another victory at Madison Square Garden. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
And welcome back to New York Knicks game night for the Knicks and the Wizards from Madison Square Garden. Game 2 of the Knicks' 7-game homestand. To the Garden we go. Monica McNutt on the call tonight with Tyler Murray. And speaking of our friend Tyler, Monica, he likes to obviously refer to OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges as Wingstop. I want to talk about both of them, their starts to the season, because, Brunson's putting up bigger numbers than ever. Cat's putting up the double-doubles. But both Anunoby and Bridges both seem to be in really good places right now.
Yeah, my audio's a little hot here, Pat. Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. I think Bridges in particular, coming off of a 9-assist game in that win versus Chicago, Mike Brown gave him credit for being in the gym earlier this offseason with some of the younger guys, and I think that has made a difference in Mike's eyes. I personally think this is the kind of the system that just fits the basketball ethos internally for Mikal Bridges. I was sort of a similar sort of player in terms of cuts and actions and reads, so, sign me up. For OG, obviously it's his three-point shooting. That's a huge part of why he's been able to be so successful. I think he likes having the ball in his hand a little bit more. Last year, you could maybe look at his body language and see where he didn't love his location in the corner. And so it's allowed him to be a little bit more creative, which I think has provided the energy that we've seen to start the season from him.
During the road trip, when the Knicks were struggling from downtown, Mike Brown kept commenting how they were getting open looks, and eventually they were going to fall. And they certainly did last night to the tune of 48% from downtown. What was it about the three-point shooting last night? Did they just start to fall, or was it something about the ball movement leading to a lot of good looks?
Listen, Pat, you know what they say. Home cooking is the best cooking. It ain't no place like your own bed. Home sweet home. Insert all of the great home analogies outside of Home Alone, right? That's what happened in my estimation. We know that this team can shoot threes. Even last year, they were a terrific three-point shooting team as a unit. And I won't say terrific as in, best in the league, but it was a shot that you could rely on. And on the nights that they didn't have it, we knew what the results were. And so that is carried over even into this new era and this new system. While I think some alarms were ringing a little bit on Friday in Chicago, you can trust the shooting and the work that these guys have put in on their jump shots, and it came home in a big way. Yesterday, Sunday night. I'm all off, Pat. I really
24 hours ago,
Wednesday.
I know.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Go ahead.
Here we go. We're back. Quick turnaround. Josh Hart, big bounce back for him yesterday. It was great to see. Had to feel good for him as well, the way he bounced back from a tough performance on Friday and looked like Josh Hart last night.
Yeah, and I think so Josh needs time to make it happen, right? And yesterday, him being able to play plus 20 minutes, steady, in rhythm. But I think a lot of things are sort of colliding when it comes to Josh because of his versatility. And even think back to last year's regime. He was played at 3 different spots, and sometimes he might even hop in at a 5 depending on foul trouble or what was going on. And so in this new system, he's having to learn a lot. He's navigating a few injuries. We're going to call them hurts as opposed to injuries because, in Hooper's minds, are you hurt or are you injured? Because injured means you're missing time. So he's navigating a few hurts. In addition to Mike admittedly saying that he's figuring out the rotation with these guys and what he believes is best. I will continue to stand on it, and I hope that this fan base remains patient with Josh. He has to be on the floor for this team to be at its best. He does so many of the things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, and the things that do show up in the box score, like rebounding and making the right pass and just his overall energy. So I'm excited. I think that was a good start. I think it's important for him in terms of a confidence standpoint to be reminded that he can be and is still an integral part of what this team needs to do.
No question about it. Big reminder last night. Monica, let's get to your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep.
All right, so the big key for me is just focus. That's all I really got today. Pat, I'm not going to lie, as I was looking at stuff for this game, I was like, oh, okay, the Wizards. Same sort of position they've been in for the last 3 years. That is not to say that you can sleep on them. They are NBA professionals. They're salivating for an opportunity to win. But I think overall, all I got tonight is the Knicks need to focus. That means they should have opportunities to hit threes. That means that they should be able to get the ball in the paint, that they should be able to stay connected defensively. This team is going to run up and down the floor. It is obviously not as organized a run up and down the floor, I think, as the Chicago Bulls were, particularly in Friday. But they've been tested now with teams with pace, with a little bit more higher caliber scorers and NBA players. So focus is all I got tonight. Don't take this team lightly. Go ahead and stack your second win at home and second win in this road trip, in this home stand, and remain undefeated.
All right, Monica, sounds great. Have a great call tonight. That was your
Thank
keys
you.
to the keys to the game, presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey for the best deals or offers, or online at princetonjeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock, and tell them Rick Brunson sent you. And that'll do it for New York Knicks game night. Coming up next from Madison Square Garden, the Knicks and the Washington Wizards. Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt have the call, and I'll be back with you at halftime. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been the New York Knicks pregame show. Get ready. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn, or call 718-WINDOWS. Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Towns drive to the foul line. Giddy stripped him. He got it back. Turnaround. Fall away is good. Karl Anthony Towns.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
He from half court with one. Got it! Oh, off the backboard and in.
Woo-wee.
Josh Hart screaming in celebration at midcourt.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
Everybody on their feet at Madison Square Garden. Brunson top of the key. Crossover. Step back jumper. Got it. We're tied at 104.
We are entering highlight territory, folks, and the Knicks are feeling that good.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Now, here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Well, after a 3-game losing streak, the Knicks now have a chance to win 2 in a row on the second night of a back-to-back against the Washington Wizards. We'll welcome you into Madison Square Garden for another edition of New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray, and if you remember last year when the Knicks had to play the second night of a back-to-back against the Wizards, it was down in D.C. during the holiday season, and it took a 55-point effort from Jalen Brunson and overtime to beat the Wizards, again with a rest disadvantage against this young team that is probably more destined for the draft lottery than the NBA playoffs. But as Monica said in our pregame show with Pat O'Keefe just moments ago, you simply cannot overlook this young upstart Wizards team. It is indeed the second youngest team in the NBA behind the Brooklyn Nets, who just added 5 first-round picks to their roster this summer. Even with veterans like Chris Middleton and C.J. McCollum at 34 years old, the average age of this club is about 24 years old, with 8 players aged 21 and under who are likely to get at least some semblance of rotation minutes as this season goes along. But as for the Knicks, they answered the question in a big way. How will we respond to adversity? Well, the immediate answer was they're going to start making a lot of their wide open shots. They hit 11 of their first 15 three-pointers, 73% at that point. They still wound up with their best shooting night of the season despite having it drop down to 48%, with Jalen Brunson setting the tone with 19 first-quarter points. Monica, I still think this is going to be a fun night at MSG because even though the Wizards are maybe looking to the future, there's so much still to learn about this Knicks team. And tonight we're going to find out more about what the rotation looks like without Mitchell Robinson. He's going to sit out second night of a back-to-back. The load management continues. Anyone in particular you're expecting to step up and help fill those minutes at center, even though he's been limited to 20 minutes or fewer in his first 2 games?
Well, you know my guy, who I came into the season believing could be an X factor for this team, is Ariel Hukporti. So I want to see, and honestly, this might be a matchup that sort of suits where he is. He's got to get to a place where he maximizes the minutes that he's getting so he can slow the game down just a bit. But without sort of a dominant veteran big on the other side, this might be an opportunity for him to have a strong showing.
And you heard in the pregame show, Landry Shamet will get his second start of the season with the Knicks. His three-point shooting's up to 42% now after going 3 for 3 in the win over the Bulls yesterday. Everyone was able to take a deep sigh of relief as the Knicks are back to 500. 3 wins, 3 losses, and including tonight, they'll still have 6 games remaining on this 7-game homestand, including Wednesday against Minnesota, and then a 3-day break heading into Sunday against the Brooklyn Nets. The Wizards come in with a record of 1-5 as we are set for Knicks basketball at MSG. Here's Mike Walshewski.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight's matchup features the Washington Wizards and your New York Knicks. And now, if you're able, please rise, remove your caps here to present our nation's colors. Please welcome the Clarkstown Police Department. And here to perform, the Star-Spangled Banner, celebrated for his roles on Broadway as George Washington in Hamilton, and Mr. in the color purple. Please welcome Isaiah Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Isaiah Johnson.
We are set for New York Knicks basketball. They look to sweep this back-to-back after an encouraging win over the Bulls last night. It's the Washington Wizards this evening at MSG. Time now for the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. It's a Mark Davis-led crew this evening with Natalie Sago and Agan Abazi assisting. That was the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups, we told you that Landry Shamet was going to be in the starting five for New York. He's surrounded by some regulars. You got Jalen Brunson at the point guard, who's now 5th in the NBA, averaging 31 points a game. Mikal Bridges continues to impress. He'll be in the backcourt as well. His 3 straight 20-point game streak came to an end last night, but he still set a career high with 9 assists. And he's put together an incredible first 6 games. They showed this stat on the video board during warm-ups. He is the first Knick since Latrell Sprewell to average over 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal in the first 6 games of a season. That was the 1999 campaign for Spree when the Knicks went all the way to the NBA Finals against San Antonio. As we said, Landry Shamet in the starting 5 as well. Went 3 for 3 from downtown yesterday. And then it is OG Anunoby going to start at the power forward position. Back-to-back 20-point efforts for Anunoby. And during these 2 games, he's 8 out of 14 from three-point land. Nobody has more corner three-pointers made than OG this year. He is 12 out of 23 from the corners in long-range shooting. And at the 5 is Karl Anthony Towns. He looked great last night. Back-to-back 20-point double-doubles. And across those 2 games, he's got 9 assists and 3 blocks as his defensive effort continues to encourage. And a really efficient game offensively yesterday. 2 for 2 from 3, 8 for 8 from the stripe. He is now shooting 91% on free throws this season. As for the Washington Wizards, it's a team that Wizards fans don't have to invest too much negative energy into. They're just so young that you can enjoy the positives without getting too stressed out about a loss here or there, with how excited most people seem to be about the upcoming NBA draft. One veteran, though, is C.J. McCollum. He'll be in the backcourt with Bilal Coulibaly. McCollum has averaged 20 points or more for 10 consecutive seasons. One of just 6 NBA players who can say that. But he's the only one of those 6 who has not made an all-star team yet. Bilal Coulibaly, only 21 years old in year 3 out of France. This is game 3 for him this season. He missed the preseason and the first couple of games this year, recovering from surgery to repair a torn ligament in his right thumb. Then on the wings, it's Justin Champagnie starting in his hometown, 24 years old from the city. He grew up in Brooklyn officially. And Keyshawn George, who had a very impressive, perhaps breakout performance with 34 points in Game 2 of the season in an upset win over Dallas when he went 7 of 9 from three-point land. George, in his second year out of Miami, he was the 24th pick last season. Still just 21 years old, out of Switzerland. And then the number 2 pick last year, Alex Sarr. He's the 7'1" center in his second season out of France. Still just 20 years old from wine country, Bordeaux, France. And off to a promising start, averaging 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. And he hasn't taken many, but he's over 40% from 3 as Sarr looks to follow up a first-team all-rookie season a year ago. Although he had an awfully tough time, as do many young centers, staying in front of Karl Anthony Towns when they squared off a season ago. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Knicks are once again in their white uniforms. It says New York across the front in orange. Numbers on the front and back in orange as well, with last names above the numbers on back in blue. It is a mostly red uniform for Washington, but they've got a big white stripe in the middle just behind the blue numbers. They've got a red stripe above the number that says Washington across the front in white. And even further up near the collar, you've got a bolder stripe in blue. At the orange basketball logo under New York Knicks at center court, it is Towns on the right and Sarr on the left, ready for the opening tip. 4-game losing streak for Washington since that impressive win on the road in Dallas. They've taken defeats to the Hornets, Thunder, Magic, and in overtime they lost to the 76ers, who just took their first loss of the season a couple of days ago. Sarr wins the opening tip, so it's Wizards ball from left to right in the red jerseys against the white of New York tonight. Anunoby with an orange wrap on his left shin, defending George to begin the the game last night.
It's fantastic. Comes into this one shooting 36% from the three. Of course, we're all chasing that 42% mark from last season.
Looking confident, comfortable. Still a lot to learn about this new offensive system. Koulibaly missed a left elbow jumper, and Towns gets the rebound. Long outlet to Brunson. Knicks attacking the basket to our left. Trailer three. Towns from 30 feet. Almost banked it in, but it missed wide right. And George outlets to McCollum. Pick and roll on the right side with Sar. McCollum gets to the foul line. Pull-up jumper rattles in, and that's going to be tough to stop for teams unless they throw everybody at C.J. McCollum. He is still absolutely a bucket getter at age 34.
Yeah, and he has a bright green light with this organization because he is the veteran leader and the guy that knows the ropes of the NBA.
Chris Middleton is off tonight. Bridges had his pocket picked out high by George. Brunson hustles back and took it away at the free throw line. Now Shamet motors ahead, finds Anunoby on the right wing. Good closeout from Koulibaly, couldn't take the three. And then Koulibaly took it away from Anunoby. He'll streak ahead to the open court with a two-hand stuff, and it's 3-2. Or rather 4-3, Washington.
Koulibaly, the seventh pick in 2023. I really enjoyed talking with him and his family. He's seen high-level basketball as a teammate of Victor Wembanyama.
Spurs finally took their first loss of the season.
We got one undefeated team left.
And it's surprising to nobody, Oklahoma City. Towns overpowering Sar, gets inside and hits a lefty hook shot point blank. And the Knicks are up 5-4.
I mean, Jalen Brunson had a 50-burger last season, or 2 seasons ago, versus these Wizards. But it feels like Cat could have one tonight.
Keontae George able to step back into a right perimeter three, rattles it in, and forces a Mike Brown timeout. 7-5 Washington. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Monica referred to the 55-point Brunson outburst in the overtime win against the Wizards last year. Who knows, if Washington keeps shooting this well, they might need another one like that here tonight. 2-point lead for the Wizards. We'll take our first timeout with 9:42 to go in the opening quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
The post-crib assembly press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Well, a quick timeout from Mike Brown after the Wizards get out to a 7-5 advantage, most recently because of a Keyshawn George three-pointer. Koulibaly and McCollum have 2 apiece, and all 5 points for the Knicks have come from Karl Anthony Towns. Remember, there's a rest advantage for Washington. They have not played since Saturday when they took a 30-point loss to the Orlando Magic in a game they were actually winning after the first quarter. Knicks played yesterday, able to split the home-and-home with the Bulls. New York ball from right to left, Knicks in white, Wizards mostly in red with some white and blue thrown in there. It is Bridges on the near side wing. Screen from Towns on the left with just 7 to shoot. Pick and pop with Towns. Will catch up top. Looking for a backdoor cut. He'll find Brunson far side baseline. One-legged fadeaway. Hits back rim. Rebound collected by Anunoby and a reset with Shaman.
So far in this one, Karl Anthony Towns has both field goals.
He catches and shoots at the top of the arc. He's got all 3 field goals and all 3 points. 8-7 New York. 2 of 3 from long range plus a rebound. George dishes left to Coulibaly, sets a moving screen, whistle, and they call it. Jalen Brunson, just like he did early yesterday, able to draw a moving screen offensive foul, and the Knicks will take over.
So far, I like the patience from the Knicks in terms of executing. Karl Anthony Towns in that lane line extended area, obviously when I say extended, out extended beyond the three-point line, has really, really been good. In the last, 3 halves of basketball, this would be the fourth.
Brunson takes McCollum to the right wing, steps back into a tough 3, missed it short. Towns fights for the rebound, creates some space, but he's blocked by Sarr. Got it back, pump fake, and then missed the layup. Tip-in wouldn't go. Another fight for the rebound. Towns come away with it, but he threw it away as he was falling out of bounds. Now George outlets to McCollum, 5-on-4 the other way. Coulibaly, ball fake on the left wing, drives inside, and he runs over Brunson. How about back-to-back possessions, ending in offensive fouls drawn by the Knicks captain.
Of course, the Knicks are encouraged and excited about that result, but I gotta say, that pass pump fake by that young man, you don't see that a ton, but it's such a simple, fundamentally sound move that if a defender bites, as the Knicks did that time, it does create a lane. Now, in a couple of years, he probably pulls up and goes for the mid-range jump shot as opposed to getting called for a charge.
Anunoby near side, a hard closeout from Champagnie, the 24-year-old from Brooklyn. They call a foul on him. Remember, it was Champagnie who had a career-high 31 points against the Knicks last December 28th, 5 of 6 from 3. That would have been a winning effort if not for the 55-point outburst from Brunson. Second highest scoring total of his career. A couple of years ago in San Antonio, he had 61. Ball comes to Brunson off the dribble, a handoff, takes his 3, and connects from the left wing. Beautiful dribble handoff from Towns to make the space. 11-7 New York. That's the first bucket by anyone not nicknamed Cat. Backdoor cut and a good catch inside with a dunk from Coulibaly. Will make it 11-9. Knicks are 3 of 5 from downtown. It's going to be very tough to match their output from yesterday. Shaman for 3. Back rimmed it from the far corner in front of the Knicks bench. But again, Towns fighting for the rebound and forced to tip out of bounds by Washington, so it stays with the Knicks.
That's a good call out by you, LT, in terms of yesterday's productivity, but our terrific statistician gave us reason to believe that maybe they will get to 20 three-point field goals, which they had last night, because they already have 3 in the first 4 minutes of this ballgame.
Good old Doug on stats. Bridges drive to the elbow, turns around and finds Towns, who double jab stepped after a pump fake, so that's a travel. And the Knicks give it away for, surprisingly, the 4th time already.
That's not great, especially against this team whose defensive numbers are not much to speak of.
I'd like to speak about them.
Okay, if you must.
Because specifically they've allowed 132 points a game.
Yeah.
That is too many points to allow for the Washington Wizards to have any kind of success as McCollum misses an off-the-dribble 3 from the top of the key over Anunoby.
Well, that, and they obviously have a very low defensive efficiency number, so the Knicks are not being forced into turnovers.
Good ball movement, sets up Bridges for an open 3, but he missed it from the far corner, and Sarr gets the rebound. That was an Anunoby post-up and a feed to Brunson out high that led to a corner pass to Bridges. On the other corner, it's Coulibaly for 3 in front of his own bench. He gives the Wizards a 12-11 lead.
I was talking with a few Wizards folks earlier before the game, and I'm like, does it seem like anybody here is going to be here for the long haul in terms of building around? And no, I couldn't get any real certain answers. But as I look at this team, I wonder if Coulibaly could be that piece.
Yeah, still just 21 years old. Excellent size on defense. 6'8", wiry strength at 195.
And versatile.
They've also got the 6th overall pick last year, Trey Johnson, who fielded up at Texas last year. Elbow jumper from Towns, spins around and out. And Keyshawn George, who I think should be at the top of that list, pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, Keyshawn George has a lot of athleticism. Again, I love talking to these guys during their draft process.
Steal from Brunson on Coulibaly. Loose ball came to Towns. Long outlet to Bridges, and he rises for a tomahawk stuff, forcing a Washington timeout from second-year head coach Brian Keith. It is 13-12 New York.
So far, I like the poise from the Knicks. Didn't necessarily expect them to jump out and not allow the Wizards to score. but I do like the shots that they've gotten so far in this one. Defensively, I think there's room for them to step it up.
Tell you what, Towns is huffing and puffing, dripping with sweat. He is putting in work on the second night of a back-to-back. He's got a game-high 8 points, 6 rebounds, and he also leads everybody with 2 assists. It's Knicks 13, Wizards 12, with 6:23 remaining in the opening quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Plenty of lead changes early on. It's 13-12. Knicks leading the Wizards. Pretty impressive early effort from this young Washington team who comes in with 1 win and 5 losses. Knicks 3-3 after a bounce-back win against Chicago last night. They lost all 3 games on last week's road trip in Miami, Milwaukee, and Chicago. But last night, well, that was more like it, as they've got Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns still on the floor, and no changes either for Washington.
6 lead changes so far in this one. These Wizards are on the road, and they are competing.
George at the foul line off a catch, double team, got rid of it to Sarr, left side, missed a floater, but Tip slammed it in on the offensive rebound. About 7 lead changes, Washington by 1.
That's what they call quick twitch off the ground and up in the air on his own rebound.
Brunson spins at the elbow, steps back for a foul line jumper, put too much on it, got knocked down by George, but no call. Josh Hart and Gershon Yabusele coming in at the next stoppage. McCollum crossing over Shamet, dishes left to Sarr, who hands to Champagny on the wing. Walking down the lane, tough bank shot with the right hand, rattles home, and it's a 3-point Washington lead. This is their largest advantage, just over halfway through the first quarter.
I personally, we'll talk about this a little later when we got more time, when there's slower action.
Brunson finds Towns, to slowing down for you, Monica. Top of the key, and a one-arm pass to Anunoby, far corner. He'll drive on McCollum, shrugs him off, and scores off glass.
Just too big. Shrug your shoulders and flex, OG Anunoby, which I believe that's his first basket of the night. Correct.
Everybody but Landry Shamet's on the board now as Sarr takes it right to Towns and scores and 1. He got to the restricted area on a drive from the foul line, and he puts Washington back up 3 with a free throw to come. And Monica, I would love you to make that point.
So, okay, let me think. I'm working through this in real time, y'all. I love the pace, and I get you go after easy baskets. But this team was not particularly ranked notably in pace last year, and they had a terrific 50-plus win season and were a series shy of the Eastern Conference Finals.
They were bottom 5 in pace last year, yes.
There you go. So I wonder when Mike Brown talks about the variety of shots, if there's also a room for a healthy dose of the variety and pace, because this group can perform at a slower level.
I think variety is the absolute key.
There you go. It's the secret sauce of life, they say, yeah?
I have heard that. The ball movement and the cutting and not just relying on iso ball, that's been a refreshing change. Free throw good, 4-point lead Washington. Karl Anthony Towns came out of the game and jogged to the locker room as Brunson gets into a floater from the dotted line and rainbows it home to make it a 2-point game.
That was an interesting switch off the screen from Yabusele. Brunson was actually being guarded by Alex Sarr, who was no match for his quickness.
That was his first make after starting 0 of 3, and then a good hesitation move from the stripe creates some space for George, and he'll lay it in left-handed.
So immediately I'm having some flashbacks to Friday in the United Center because it doesn't feel as if the Knicks are playing that gap defensive coverage that we've heard so much about. These dribble lines of penetration have been too easy.
Brunson in and out on a three-pointer from the left wing. Offensive rebound, Yabusele. That's been his biggest contribution so far, but then he stepped on the left baseline. And the Knicks turn it over. They're down 21-17 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Josh Hart and Gershon Yabusele have come in with Brunson, Bridges, and Shamet. So Yabusele right now is getting some of those Mitchell Robinson minutes. And that means the Knicks are playing a center at 6'8". We've got a whistle and a challenge to see if Yabusele was able to get the pass off before stepping on the baseline. While they look it over, we can pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. We'll get our first look on this video replay review, and perhaps, Monica...
There's my word, say it!
Proximate foul.
Proximate. Is it proximate or approximate?
There's no A in the word.
See,
it is the most confusing thing ever.
Let me tell you about the time I spelled euthanize with a PH. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Maybe we should never talk about that. 4-point lead for the Wizards, 4:18 to go. And yes, this rule started last year, and it's for moments like this. Yes, Yabusele stepped out of bounds with the ball in his hand, but was he pushed out of bounds by Champagnie? I would say yes. In fact, with a 3-0-1 challenge record this year for assistant coach Jordan Brink, and yes, we gave yesterday a tie because it was inconclusive and the call on the court stood. About over half of his successful challenges have been this exact call, the proximate foul, so we'll see if it goes New York's way. Karl Anthony Towns is back from the locker room. He looked pretty spry jogging down the tunnel, so obviously something minor, maybe a bathroom break, a tape job, who knows.
Or a little healthy release.
Headsets are still on for Mark Davis.
Come on, man. You know my rule. You know my rule.
It is 90 seconds.
90 seconds. If you can't figure it out, you got to rock and roll. We are still humans until we get AI officials. The human error is a part of the experience.
And hopefully we never do. But
that would be freaky, right?
I will tell you, robot umpires are going to be great in baseball. So look forward to that for the 2 innings you watch a year, Monica. But maybe a whole 9 at a Nats game on a nice day.
Oh, good. With the beverage. Actually, someone in the lovely Delta Lounge Club invited me to come to some box at a Yankees game. I never made it. I forget who it was, but the number's in my phone, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you kept. We'll
go next summer.
You kept teasing that experience, and it just never came through, did it?
No, it's on me.
We'll revisit that. A long look at the replay. I think they're also zooming in to see if Yabusele was even out of bounds in the first place. He is tiptoeing along the left side baseline. But that would be either way. It's another offensive rebound for Gershon Yabusele. He's got over 10 offensive rebounds this year in very limited time. So you know the effort is there, even if the three-point shot hasn't quite fallen consistently. He is 2 of 9. And I'm sure Knicks fans are tired of hearing how difficult it is going to be on the mental side for the Knicks 4s and 5s because Mike Brown wants those guys to know every single position on the court from point guard to center, including Josh Hart apparently. But Towns and Yabusele are the two that get brought up most in that department. So it's going to be what seems to be a slow work in progress for Yabusele.
Yeah, and he is a veteran basketball player. Obviously, took a little bit of a break from the league, was playing terrific over in France. International play, had a terrific Olympic showing.
Upon review, it's been determined there was illegal contact to Yabusele prior to him going out of bounds. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. The foul will be assessed. It'll be New York's ball, free throw line extended. Please reset the game clock to 4:19 and the shot clock to 14. As this is the second timeout of the period, they will be charged with the timeout. However, they have an additional challenge. Belay my last. It's the third timeout. They will not be charged with the timeout. They still have the same remaining timeouts, and they have an additional challenge.
All right, Mark Davis eventually all over it. They do get help from the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey on those proximate foul calls, but it's just so tough. There's a lot of different elements to consider, so they're still working to expedite that process. Knicks will keep the ball is the bottom line. And they've got Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Shamet, and Yabusele, who is matched up at center with Marvin Bagley in his 8th year. Still just 26 years old. So a 6'10 Bagley against a 6'8 Yabusele. Should be a lot of space out on the floor. Brunson gets a handoff near the center court logo. Knicks ball from right to left. 5 to shoot, 4 to play. Brunson finds Bridges' right side drive, gets to the baseline, leans in. Tough left-hand shot, rolls around and out. Offensive rebound, Yabusele. Now Bridges left wing. Extra pass, Brunson at the angle. He'll launch a three, in and out. He's been halfway down on a couple three-pointers. Brunson has not been able to bury one.
Both of those looks by Bridges and Brunson are shots that we are accustomed to see going all the way down instead of dancing on the rim.
He's 2 of 7 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3. Kispert from left to right at the foul line. Feeds a baseline cutter, Whitmore, but it goes through his hands, out of bounds right baseline.
Now, I'll give the Wizards their credit. This set that they're running in the half court is kind of putting the Knicks in tough spots in terms of staying in the gaps and the help coverage that we've seen them play a little bit this season.
Brunson and Yabusele pick and pop up top. Brunson finds the open Frenchman. Sniper left wing, in and out on a three. There's a lid on the left side basket.
Man, and then heartbreak. The ball's down and just won't go through the rim, or through the net, rather.
Wizards ball up 4, 3:13 to go in the first. They go from left to right in red. Knicks are in white, and the rookie Johnson pulls up and misses a mid-range jumper far side over Shamet. Trey Johnson III, 19-year-old out of Texas. He broke Kevin Durant's freshman scoring record for the Longhorns last year. Yabusele faces up out high on Bagley, hands to Hart. He'll take a three. That one spins around and out.
Knicks just 7 for 22.
Offensive foul on Kispert. Put 2 hands on Landry Shamet, setting the screen right side, and he fell down as Deuce McBride will check in. And Monica, all I can think is that the basketball gods saw last night's Knicks shooting start and said, let's calm down here.
Ooh-wee, let's bring them back to earth.
They were 11 of 15 to start yesterday at 73%. And tonight they're 3 for 11 at 27%, but still only down 4.
But we've seen this already this season where they'll have, I won't say frigid, but they'll have a cooler shooting quarter, and then somebody will crank up the heat in the second quarter, in the following quarter. So basketball is a game of runs and flow.
What makes the misses so noticeable is that they continue generating open looks.
Yeah, they are pretty open.
And that's the good sign. McBride comes in with Hart, Anunoby, Brunson, and Yabusele, who drives down the lane. Stopped by Bagley, resets up top with McBride, who drives left side mid-range, out to Hart near wing. Into the corner, Anunoby, 3 to shoot. Steps back to the left side perimeter, has to hoist a grenade at the horn. It's off the front rim, and Johnson gets the rebound.
I know that there's liberty within the system, but I don't know that I love OG Anunoby off the dribble for 3.
Johnson, top of the arc, left side mid-range, pulls up for 2, and rainbows it in over McBride. Trey Johnson, the third, he can certainly fill it up, even though he's only played about 5 minutes a game this year.
While the Wizards have been able to connect, the Knicks have gone 0 for 6 on their last field goal attempts.
Anunoby drive and kick, right wing Yabusele, extra pass, Brunson, far side corner, picked up by the taller, slower Bagley, so he drives by him on the baseline and hits a tough layup from the far side of the rim. And the Knicks have 19 points now, still down 4.
Outstanding move. Jalen Brunson is on the right side, finishes with the left hand to protect himself from the shot blocker in Bagley.
Whitmore brings it back to midcourt, almost walked into a 3 straight on. Passes left for Kispert, he'll drive past McBride, pump fake on the left block. Inside of Bagley, he reaches high for a left-hand layup. So 25-19 Washington. A minute 20 left in the first. Remember, yesterday, Jalen Brunson had 19 points all by himself.
Yes, you talk about setting the tempo. The Brunson burner was lit on a high to start the ball game.
But the Knicks just 19 points collectively. 11 minutes into the game, and now Yabusele called for pushing off after a dribble handoff that cleared out a lot of space for a driving Hart. Offensive foul. We'll give it right back to Washington with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, a little, a little extra hip action on that handoff. Kispert sold it, but I don't even know if he needed to sell it that hard.
It looked like Yabusele realized he wasn't in good position for that dribble handoff, so overcompensated a bit. But he's typically been an excellent screener in his limited time with the Knicks. Bub Carrington into the game, but a perfect pick-and-roll pocket pass for Bagley, who powers down the lane for a two-hand stuff. Wizards up 8. Long outlet to Anunoby. He gets to the rack around Whitmore with a two-hand jam of his own. 27-21. Wizards with the lead. Now Anunoby strips Whitmore on the left side drive. Came loose to McBride. He'll walk into a right wing three. Back rim. Long rebound comes right back to him. Surveying the options here with 10 to shoot, 33 to play. He'll back up with the rookie Johnson on him. Screen on the right from Yabusele. Pick and pop. They'll go to Brunson. Far corner. Pump fake and a one-hand pass inside to Yabusele, who got blocked, but a foul called on Kispert. And they did get the shot up before 24 seconds on the game clock, so they could maybe go 2 for 1. 25 to play, 24 to shoot, and 2 free throws for Yabusele, 6-point game.
The no-look shovel pass from the corner right in front of the Knicks bench. Jalen Brunson putting a little stank on it. Kispert, though, does a good job of being disruptive, though, because Yabusele, with his strength and power, that probably was going to be a bucket for sure. These are the Knicks' first free throws of the night as well.
Yabusele misses short off the front rim. So they finally get a chance to breathe at the free throw line, which essentially is a Knicks timeout. It's sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. For the final possession, Landry Shamet will come in for Jalen Brunson, so Knicks not anticipating a 2 for 1 opportunity. Yabusele at the basket to our left. Gets the second foul shot, so it's a 5-point game. Always tough to start strong on the second night of a back-to-back against a team with extra rest. The Knicks trail 27-22 in the final seconds of the opening quarter to what some consider to be the lowly Washington Wizards. 1-5, eyes on the future. Drive and kick, Carrington, far corner three. Kispert rainbows it in front of his bench over Shamet. Still 4 seconds left, though. Inbound to Hart with 3, across midcourt with 2.5. Down the lane with 1, gets a layup off, and he reverses it in. What a play from Josh Hart as he snuck past the defensive George and banked it in with English to make it a 6-point game after the first quarter.
Hart coming off of an outstanding back-to-himself performance in last night's victory. That type of play that he ended the quarter with is why he is so important. It's his only basket so far in this one, but it was certainly an energy basket as the Knicks look to close this gap and take a lead, and we get ready for the second quarter.
It's actually 19-year-old rookie Will Riley who struggled defensively to stop Hart. Phenomenal finish to the first quarter, but the Knicks trail by 6 after 1. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history. The same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Well, bad news for Knicks fans. That electric finish to the first quarter never happened. Josh Hart spins home a layup a millisecond after the shot clock expired. So it is 30-22. Washington, they have to be pleased with their start as McBride drives down the lane but missed a floater, and Bub Carrington comes up court.
Now, it's way too early to be overly concerned in this one, but you do think about pace and what problem that may pose for this team in terms of defending over the course of this season as Trey Johnson gets a mid-range to fall on the right side of the floor.
And Johnson knew exactly where he wanted to go with that play, a right elbow jump shot, so he's on the board. Knicks down 10, and the Garden is quiet. McBride, Bridges, Clarkson, and Anunoby Towns on the floor for New York. They go right to left in the white unis against the red jerseys of Washington. McBride for three, and the Knicks needed that one, connecting for the near side angle. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, the Knicks have only hit 4 threes in this one, 4 of 14. They're under 30%. Under 30% has not bode well for them in terms of the final results.
Carrington down the lane, stopped at the elbow by McBride, whips a pass for a long three. Johnson short from the deep right wing, and Towns gets the rebound. The Wizards did play a preseason game here at the Garden, so maybe no Mecca jitters for some of these young Wizards. As Towns ball fakes just inside the right perimeter, hooks a pass around Sardu, cutting McBride, and he hands to Anunoby, who jams one home. What a play.
That was pretty. What great patience by Karl Anthony Towns, pump faking multiple defenders and waiting till he got the pass that he wanted.
And now Towns gets a steal, outlet to Clarkson, right side wing, step back off the dribble three, short. Been waiting to update this. Yesterday they started 11 for 15 from three. Today they're 4 of 15 from three. They were bound for a regression. 32-27 Washington, 10-15 to go in the second. Nice pass from Johnson to an open left wing shooter. That's Sarr, who airballs it. He's the 7-footer, so they don't rely on him necessarily to make threes, but he was 6 of 14 before that UFO.
That was wide right. He does. Now, the Wizards have shown a little bit of a 5-out, which I think the Knicks are a little confused on their defensive plan with that.
Towns holding at the near side elbow, middle of the paint, pass for Anunoby, defended by the smaller Johnson, who smacked him on the arm on the layup, but no call. Ball came free, long outlet to Riley. He's tackled by the former quarterback, Deuce McBride. And a hard foul will send the young Will Riley to the free throw line. Nice bear hug while going full speed. He was able to stay on his feet and use the padding underneath the hoop to keep himself upright. Riley, 21st overall pick out of Illinois. He was the Big Ten 6th Man of the Year. Another wiry guy at 6'8", 190 pounds.
It felt like
short on the first free throw.
As I'm looking at these guys' faces, some of the draft stuff is coming back to me, and it seemed like there were a lot of guys sort of in that same physiotype, if you will. Will Riley being in that same class.
He misses the second free throw too long, but an offensive rebound for Washington. They set up Sarr inside, and he banks one home around Towns left-handed. 7-point lead for Washington. They ended the first quarter on a 20-8 run. Clarkson runs the point, finds Towns on the near side point, sets up.
Oh, what a great read by the Knicks. Man, this offense is starting to settle.
And Anunoby off the handoff. He airballs a three left side. Carrington on the move following the rebound. Koulibaly entry pass to Sarr, poked away from behind by Anunoby, and it came loose to Towns. Now McBride up top, hands to Towns, catches, dribbles left-handed, now goes down baseline and scoops home a left-hand finger roll, forcing a Brian Keefe timeout. Back to a 5-point game, and Alex Sarr is going to have a great long career, but he cannot stay in front of Karl Anthony Towns when he wants to get to the rim.
Well, just for context, in the Wizards' most recent game, in the second quarter versus the Orlando Magic, they were outscored 43-21, and that was, of course, on Saturday night. So could the Knicks find some rhythm behind such drives by Karl Anthony Towns? They might be able to open this thing up.
They got a team-high 10 points. In fact, the only player in double figures is Karl Anthony Towns. 34-29, Washington leads New York with 9:03 to go before halftime. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Back live at the world's most famous arena, where the Washington Wizards are out to a surprising 34-29 start. 9:03 to go in the second. Looking at our television monitor, Wally Zerbiak grabbed a mic and is interviewing somebody courtside. And I think, who registers enough on Wally Zerbiak's radar where he get out of that studio and give Bill Pito and Alan Hahn a break? And of course, it's a golfer.
Yes, indeed.
Bubba Watson. Wally, just ask him, is a phenomenal golfer. Great to have him back for another great year of coverage on the TV side. And he'll be joining us for a few games, filling in for Monica here on radio. Wizards ball from left to right. George on the move. Overhead pass to the right corner. Koulibaly takes a 3, missed it over Hart, too short. Rebound McBride.
Knicks 8-0 boards to Washington's 2 so far in this one. But overall, the Knicks are continuing to be on the glass with 14 total rebounds.
Towns driving kick to Clarkson, far corner, baseline drive, long floater is good. I don't know if Towns is the one who had to shoot it. But
you heard it? I think that was Towns.
He was underneath the basket all by himself in case there was a rebound available. Knicks down 3. Sarr down the left side of the lane, stonewalled by Towns, had to pick up his dribble. Now Sarr back to the basket, nowhere to go though, and a whistle and a travel. Karl Anthony Towns forced the turnover. Knicks ball down 3, 8:12 to go in the second.
So schematically, it appears that Brian Keefe would have Alex Sarr do some of the same things that Mike Brown is asking Karl Anthony Towns to do, and that is sort of space the floor in a 5-out, and then to use dribble penetration. The wrinkle here, though, is that Sarr, just by looking at him, I'm going to say gives up an easy 25 pounds to Karl Anthony Towns, if not more.
And about 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years for sure.
And NBA experience in that regard as well. Clarkson on a right side drive, threw it off of Sarr's leg to keep his dribble, brings it all the way back near midcourt, defended by Kispert. Right side drive again under the hoop, tried to hand it off to Towns, but Sarr was waiting for it. He'll take it coast to coast, passes left on the wing, George will take a 3, too much. Long rebound, Towns at the three-point line. Across midcourt for Clarkson, one-hand pass to a streaking Hart, in the paint, kick out far corner 3, Bridges connects, and the Knicks have tied it up at 34.
They gave him the 3. I thought his toe was on the line. All right, there you go. 3 for Bridges.
I thought so as well, but I saw 3 fingers in the air from Natalie Sago.
I think that might get reviewed, so let's not get too excited. But right now it stands that the Knicks are on a 7-0 run.
Misfired three-pointer up top from Sarr, but McCollum cuts in for the foul line offensive rebound. Back inside to Sarr. He got torn down by McBride. Oh, my goodness. He bit on the pump fake. Jumped probably higher than Sarr's head with his knees, and then had to yank him down by the shoulders. And Sarr, fortunately enough, is okay.
Fortunately, both guys are okay because McBride brings Sarr down on top of him. That was, woo.
The officials are walking over to the scorer's table. We'll see if Mark Davis wants to look any further. 7:13 to go in the second quarter. We're tied at 34.
The foul will be reviewed for the appropriate penalty if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Well, 7:13 to go in the second quarter. The Knicks on a 12-2 run, most recently on the three-pointer from Mikal Bridges. And a 7-0 more recently, the Knick run. Remember, Bridges only had 10 points in yesterday's win, but a career-high 9 assists. It made some headlines when a clip circulated of him demanding his teammates get back on transition defense. And as we heard from Pat O'Keefe in the pregame show, playing Mike Brown clips, the head coach loved it. He wants accountability even for the coaches. As for this review, Deuce McBride clearly trying to protect himself from toppling over Sarr and then landing dangerously. But will they call this a non-basketball play? So much goes into it. Is there a wind-up, impact, follow-through, and a high potential for injury?
Well, I think you probably get trippy here with that because of the follow-through. Because it would be the follow-through that took Sarr down.
Yes.
But I actually think this follow-through is kind of about safety for Deuce or for McBride because he's skying that high. But
upon review, it has been determined that the contact by McBride is unnecessary and meets the criteria for a flagrant foul penalty 1. Washington shoot 2 free throws, receive the ball, free throw line extended, reset the shot clock to 24.
It's such a tough one because in a vacuum, McBride jumps a mile in the air and then tackles him almost like a suplex in WWE. But I think you're right. The intent was, let's do our best to get everybody down to the ground as safely as possible. But you can certainly understand the flagrant call there. So free throws and possession for Sarr at the basket to our right. It's tied at 34 with 7:13 to go in this second quarter.
That's a tough call.
And a great pump fake in the end by Alex Sarr. First of 2 free throws is good for Sarr. He's at 78% from the foul line this year, up from 66% a year ago.
I really think, you look, obviously Victor Wembanyama is top of the class, but the Alex Sarrs, what's my guy in Miami that we just saw?
In Miami?
Yeah, that you were like, don't make the Wembanyama comp.
Oh, Khalil Ware?
Khalil Ware, like these really long, lean prototype bodies. They have skill sets of guards, and not very many post skill sets though, so that would be the new wrinkle, I guess.
Kispert, after the free throws from Sarr, works his way to the dotted line and hits a fadeaway. So a 4-point possession for the Wizards. They've made it a 38-34 advantage.
This is an interesting lineup. I mean, there is obviously some intrinsic trust when it comes to Deuce McBride as Josh Hart makes his way to the right side and finishes off the glass.
He put his head right down and worked his way to the cup, overpowering Keyshawn George. A delay of game warning on the Knicks there as Towns batted the ball away. And this lineup is McBride, Clarkson, Bridges, Hart, and Towns as Bridges got a block on a left-hand layup from George. The long arm of Mikal Bridges, baseline drive far side. Clarkson gets all the way to the rim, pump fakes, and then banks it in over Kispert, and the game is tied at 38.
The Knicks have had a lot of good fortune on the right side layup area, right on the block.
Clarkson coming off his best game as a Knick, 15 points last night. Kispert ball fakes. It's an open lane on the right side and scoops it home off the window. He beat Clarkson to the rim.
The Mikal Bridges block a possession ago was actually the Knicks' first block of the night.
Towns, top of the arc, catch and shoot 3, front rim. No.
Didn't have any legs. And Karl Anthony Towns is not a deep knee bend guy on his jump shot, but that one he really was thin straight up.
He was 2 of 2 yesterday, started 2 of 3 tonight. McCollum on the other end, strong arms, a left side three-pointer. Knicks will move it from right to left with Brunson and Anunoby about to check in. McBride, top side, gets it near side, mid-post for Towns, posting up the smaller Sarr, takes him underneath the hoop, and jams it with the right hand. Welcome to the NBA, Alex Sarr.
As one Shaquille O'Neal might say, barbecue chicken. Okay, big body Karl Anthony Towns.
That was borderline disrespectful.
Ooh-wee. I guess in New York, maybe is that a chopped cheese sandwich from the local corner store?
It was delicious either way. 40-40. Knicks have come back to tie, and he got whacked on the wrist as well.
Ooh-wee.
No foul call, but a timeout is called. It's brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit betterhelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Tied at 40 after a thunderous Karl Anthony Towns dunk. He's got 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and yes, barely halfway through the second quarter, he is very much on triple-double pace. Meanwhile, the Knicks have worked their way back from a 10-point deficit. It was never going to be pretty on the second night of a back-to-back, and this is a hungry, hard-working Wizards team who had a lead on the Magic after the first quarter 2 days ago before losing by 30. But more than anything, Monica, the Knicks are finally seeing shots go through.
Yeah, and that's been important in this second quarter in particular. 8 of 13 from the field, good for better than 60%. So they are not only getting in rhythm, but getting high percentage quality looks.
On the right side, Hart gets a hand in there on a pass to McCollum, but then it ricochets back to McCollum. Driving kick, Harrington at the right elbow, out to Marvin Bagley, who can't connect on a three. It's spun off the back rim. And then Towns on the rebound.
I think he's bleeding.
Yeah, reached his right hand out in front of Agon Abazi, the assistant official.
Okay, really quickly, story from my basketball days.
Yes.
This is way back in high school, but we were losing. Marissa Coleman, she went on to win at least one, if not 2 championships in the WNBA. She played in the conference against me. She was killing us. She was bleeding. I was like, ref, you got to get her out. She's bleeding. She's bleeding. She got to get out. I needed some way to stop her momentarily.
Did they stop the game?
They made her get out.
The blood rule.
She came back, though, which was continued to kill us.
And that's how you knew you had a future in media. Great observation and knowledge of the rule book. So Towns has to come out of the game momentarily. Gershon Yabusele will replace him. Another double-double already for Karl Anthony Towns. That was rebound number 10. Still the only scorer in double figures on either side. Nobody else has more than 3 rebounds. He is dominating this game. Tied 40-40. It is Brunson, Clarkson, Hart, Anunoby, and Yabusele.
I love the way Yabusele came from the block with such urgency. In this system, that is important.
Brunson almost lost his dribble, got it back, pulls up for a tough 2, missed it from the left elbow. Outlet to McCollum. Crosses over Hart, left side drive. Tough bank shot, wouldn't go. Offensive rebound is nullified by a push-off. Marvin Bagley shoved Yabusele in the back. And when Yabusele is moved off the spot, you know it was with some force.
Yeah, Marvin Bagley. He's been around the league a long time. Not really truly found his way in terms of the optimism when he was drafted 8 years ago as a second pick, but here he is, and Brian Keefe appreciates what he brings to the table.
Yeah, but when you're drafted before Luka Doncic, it is tough to live up.
Oh, man.
Anunoby is stripped by George underneath the hoop after a baseline drive. Carrington will send a post pass into the right baseline for Bagley as the undersized Clarkson on him. Passed out of a double team, swinging around to McCollum on the left side.
Great defense, Josh Hart.
Yeah, would have had a step back three, but Hart stuck with him. So they'll have to go to Carrington with 5 to shoot at the right point. Screen from Bagley, double team behind the back dribble, forced into a tough 2 over Brunson, and it barely grazes the rim. Great defensive possession. 4 minutes left in the opening half. We're tied at 4. Hart dribble handoff to Brunson near side. Gets back to midcourt, hooks a pass over to Clarkson on the high side wing. Sends it back to Brunson left point. Ball fake, creates some space in the lane. Push shot, no, but a foul called on Carrington. And Brunson thought he should have had an and one, but he'll settle for 2 free throws.
As far as his floor game for Jalen Brunson, this has not started as one of his typical efficient performances. Just 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point lines. Specifically, me skipping the first letters of words today. And not got to the free throw line yet. This is obviously his first trip there.
He showed off that ball fake that Bilal Coulibaly tried earlier that impressed you so much.
Would you bite on a ball fake?
Oh, I always did.
At least you're honest.
I was a hyper-aggressive defender. As Brunson connects on the first free throw, the Knicks have the lead. Their first set it was 11-9. George is coming out, and Brooklyn native Justin Champagne's coming in. He went to high school at Bishop Laughlin in Brooklyn. Brunson patiently awaiting the basketball to take his second free throw, as Mike Brown is having a conversation with crew chief Mark Davis. Brunson's got it now with 3:46 left in the second quarter. His second foul shot makes it a 42-40 New York lead. He's got 9. Towns leads the way with 12. Bagley near the Knick logo, working from left to right. Wizards in red, Knicks in white this evening. McCollum steps back into a left wing triple, missed it wide left. Rebound tipped by Yabusele out to Hart. He'll speed ahead from right to left. Finds a trailer shooter. Clarkson for 3.
Goodness.
Got fouled hard by Bagley on the left side wing. So 3 free throws coming up for Jordan Clarkson, with the Knicks ahead 42-40.
Man, Clarkson spun around in the air as Bagley contested this one running down the floor. Well, at least there's nothing to discuss. Pretty clear foul. Now an opportunity to shoot 3 free throws.
It is nice to not have to look at the landing area violation.
Yeah. I'm also excited for Jordan Clarkson. I think the enthusiasm around his acquisition was that he was a guy that could create off the dribble. Now, I will be honest, so far in this one, I thought his creativity opened up a little bit more. It seems like when he started getting creative, you know what time it is, he's going to shoot that thing. And maybe there will be room for it to evolve a little bit as this team continues to settle in, getting to know one another and obviously the system. But obviously, you and I, we heard it all last year in terms of the productivity that you can get from your bench, or you did not last season. And he's the first name you look at when you think about boosting that this year.
He gets all 3 free throws, 5-point Knick lead. Yesterday was such an encouraging night for the bench. They scored 46 points, which would have been their 3rd highest bench scoring total last year. And Mike Brown, after the game, actually blamed himself for the lack of offensive rhythm in the first 5 games. He said, quote, "I was all over the map with substitution," so he's tightening it up a bit to maybe 9 or 9.5 guys a game, as he says.
Well, I would also add that I think Josh is really coming to his own in these last couple of games.
Clarkson, a 3-pointer now from the left corner. He's got 6 unanswered points, and the Knicks have a 10-0 run. 48-40, New York.
Those corner threes have been good to this squad, that's for sure.
Coulibaly diagonally across the lane, got hit and missed a layup short. Of course, Jordan Clarkson went through the new Knick rite of passage yesterday. If you have your first great game at MSG, they make you put on a headset and answer 3 questions from me and Monica. He did a wonderful job at that.
Hazing at its finest.
Koulibaly at the free throw line, right side basket, connects on the first. It's one of Ray Santiago, our producer's favorite old callbacks. That's the 7th Avenue basket over on our right side. 8th Avenue's to our left. Ray's always giving me little tips throughout the year, Monica. It's how we stay honest.
He's such a great producer. We're fortunate.
We need to make up an award for producers so I can stop lying when I say that he's an award winner. But we'll just say he's highly appreciated, as Champagny is going to come out in favor of the 6th overall pick, Trey Johnson. Any early takes on young Trey Johnson so far? Of course, they wanted Cooper Flagg, and they had the best odds to get him, but they dropped from 1 to 6 as the nightmare rebuild continues for Washington.
I need to go back into my archives from draft night.
Anunoby catches inside and slams it after Koulibaly got 1 of 2 free throws. Knicks by 9.
But I think I got to go back and look, because I'm like, is Trey Johnson one of my favorite interviews? He was cracking jokes on his dad, if this is the right young man. Immediately after he got drafted, and it was hilarious.
Sarr from the foul line into the restricted area. Hits a tough layup, point blank off glass. I don't know how you organize any of those thoughts in your head. You have to prepare for at least 30 players to be drafted and know their entire life story. And probably, 40 or 50 guys you have to anticipate maybe getting drafted?
Yeah, we probably prepped 50.
Like Jan Hansen was probably a surprise.
I know, I was so upset last year. I messed up our pronunciations. Very disappointed in myself. I had it written out the right way, too.
How did you say it? Yang Hansen?
I said Igor instead of Yegor.
Oh, I see. Different guy.
Yeah, no, not that. Yeah, but that reminded me of my pronunciation.
Well, I thought it was great. I watched every second.
Thanks, bro.
50-43. Knicks lead the Wizards. 2:13 to go in the second quarter. They're outscoring Washington 28-13 since the end of the first. Clarkson dribbling near midcourt, pressured by McCollum. Screen on the right from Towns. Goes to the far corner. Passes to Anunoby. Almost dropped it. Entry pass to Towns, far side mid-range. Drop step, middle of the paint. Fadeaway jumper, very short. And looks at his hands as if it slipped off. George the other way. Right side baseline. Pressured by Brunson. Brings it out beyond the perimeter along the near sideline. Alex Sarr back to the basket. Up top, he'll hand to George. Turns the corner on Brunson. Drives the lane. Met by Anunoby. Hits a tough runner off the front rim and in. And just like that, it's back to a 5-point game.
Listen, this team is young and energetic. They're not going to go away. The one thing they do have is the Knicks have not shown well against teams that like to play fast.
A whistle and a foul. Was Brunson pushing off on that dribble drive? Apparently, yes. That was the pesky Bilal Koulibaly on defense. Makes life very tough for guards like Brunson.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys in the ilk of the Thompson twins. Just the versatile, guard multiple positions.
Men and Sarr, absolute menaces. On the other end, Koulibaly rolls in a 3 from the left point. Big run for the Wizards, 8-0, and they're back within 2. Approaching the final minute of the opening half. Bridges drives on the right side of the paint. Tried a layup. He was hit by McCollum. No call.
You got to go through the contact. You certainly can't bank on a whistle.
Tried an alley-oop for Sarr. He came back down with it, though. Kick out pass far corner. 3-pointer is made and one. That was Koulibaly. He got hit by Hart. So not only a 1-point Wizards lead, a free throw to come with 56 seconds left in the half.
Proceeds to Google "Know my name" in French.
Well, je m'appelle is my name is. So that's...
Stand by. Oh, wait, I got to put the French part.
Je ne sais quoi is I don't know what. So you combine the only 2 phrases I know in French, and you get...
I don't know this.
So you can't... it's hard to pronounce.
Quite translate.
Yes, je m'appelle.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good job. Look at us being fake polyglots. Me just riding on your coattails.
Yeah, I was going to say us. Brunson, top of the key, missed a 3 after the 4-point play was converted by Koulibaly.
You're not supposed to put me on blast on air, but anyway.
39 seconds left in this first half. An impressive one from the Wizards. George off the dribble 3, short from the right wing. Tip slam Sarr. He's done that twice tonight. It's a 4-point lead for the Wizards. Anunoby up top, trailer 3. He'll take it and make it. Big one for OG. It's a 1-point game as Anunoby's got 11 first half points.
The Knicks had hit 4 threes in the first quarter. Or excuse me, 3 threes in the first quarter. They've now hit 4 in the second.
2 seconds separating shot and game clock. George on the right side spins in the paint, met by Bridges, blocked it into the hands of Hart with 5 seconds left. He'll scamper up court from right to left across midcourt with 3. Trailer three from Towns at the horn. He got fouled and hit the three at the buzzer, a 4-point play. And the Knicks will take at least a 2-point lead to the locker room.
After the three-point line had gone quiet, the Knicks get two big ones in the waning seconds, literally, of this second quarter. Talk about a shift in the energy in here.
Towns, 3 first half three-pointers, 15 and 10, plus 5 assists.
As per rule, this foul occurring with zeros on the clock will be reviewed.
Now, it certainly looked to the naked eye that he got it off in time, but so did Josh Hart's buzzer-beating layup in the first quarter. That was eventually wiped off the board after review. After this review is over, Karl Anthony Towns will either go to the locker room or take a free throw. And then it will be time for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. And also time for our producer Ray Santiago to watch his beloved Dallas Cowboys for a few minutes in Monday Night Football.
Boo.
We will get another look on the video board. Towns pump faked, then released, and I think that's a clear, good basket.
Yeah, they're reviewing when the foul occurred. The basket is not in question. But I will be honest, this is a new scenario for me because do you get continuation? The foul comes in the follow-through of the shot. It would be the landing area violation.
I think that Sarr fouled him before the shot clock went off.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Upon review, it has been determined that the illegal contact occurred with .4 on the game clock. Therefore, this is a successful basket. Please reset the game clock to .4. We'll shoot one free throw.
And that, of course, is the other element. If there was no foul, the half would be over, but because it happened with .4, you have to freeze the clock there, which does give Washington a chance for maybe a long shot heave. At the very least, it's 56-54, New York leading Washington after the Wizards had taken a 4-point lead thanks to an 11-3 run. He had a three-pointer from Anunoby, and then what Karl Anthony Towns hopes can be a 4-point play.
I know basketball is a game of runs, but when you think of the difference in terms of maturity, this being the second youngest team in the league compared to the Knicks, who know the ropes, you'd like to see maybe less runs and a little bit more space.
Towns gets the foul shot, so 16 first half points. 70-foot heave from George, misses short, and the Knicks have a 3-point lead heading to the locker room.
Third quarter is going to be important. The Knicks, I'm sure, they're not pleased with their defense over the last 6 minutes or so to complete that second quarter. They are fortunate to get 2 threes to put some life in this place and some energy on them because it was looking questionable in terms of how they competed in that second quarter.
Now it's time for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. They've got a 3-point lead on the Wizards with the third quarter right around the corner. So is Pat O'Keefe back in our MSG studios. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York, New York.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window and Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window and Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window and Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window and Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
And the Knicks in search of their second straight victory, also looking to keep their unbeaten home record intact. They have a 3-point lead at the half, 57-54, largely thanks to Karl Anthony Towns' close to that half. A 4-point play for Karl Anthony Towns in the final second, putting the Knicks on top and putting them on top by 3. As we welcome you to the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. Towns has been the best player on the floor so far, absolutely dominating his matchup with Alex Sarr, the second-year youngster for the Wizards. Sarr last year was the number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft. Of course, Karl Anthony Towns, more than a decade ago, was the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Coming into this game, you could tell that he liked this matchup. He certainly does. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Towns is 3 for 5 from downtown. Over his last game and a half, Towns is 5 for 7 from beyond the 3-point arc. He already had a double-double, and there was still 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, giving Towns 6 double-doubles in the first 7 games of the season. The Junior Knicks Coach of the Year award, presented by HSS, celebrates outstanding youth basketball coaches in the greater New York area who have made an impact on their communities both on and off the court. Head to Knicks.com/coach to nominate someone for this year's Junior Knicks and HSS Coach of the Year award, and they could win $20,000. Knicks, though, getting all they could handle from the 1-5 Wizards so far tonight. 57-54. Knicks up by 3 at the break. Knicks trailed by 8 after the first quarter, and they've trailed by as many as 10 points in this game. The Knicks' largest lead has been 9. Outside of Towns' 16 points, OG Anunoby with 11, and for the second straight game, Jordan Clarkson giving the Knicks a big offensive lift off the bench. He has 10 points. He was a plus 13 in the 11 minutes that he played in the first half. Last night was Clarkson's best game as a Knick when he scored 15 off the bench, and he may eclipse that this evening. His 10 points in the first half were all very much needed because the Knicks are indeed in a dogfight so far. Bilal Coulibaly has 15 points. Alexander Sarr has 13 points and 5 rebounds, so he's been up to the task on the offensive end as the Knicks lead Washington 57-54 on the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. Quiet first half for Jalen Brunson. He was 3 for 10 from the field, and he has 9 points. Quiet first half for Mikal Bridges. Bridges, and Monica and I spoke about him during the pregame show, off to a terrific start in year number 2 with the Knicks. His numbers coming into tonight, 17.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. That's well above his career high. 5.5 assists per game. That's nearly 2 assists per game above his career high. He's also shooting 55% from the field. That is above his career high, and 46.9% from three-point range. That would be a career high. So Bridges, the two-way player that he is, off to a very good start, and his offensive game seems to have diversified. He had a stretch of 3 straight 20-point games. Last night he scored 10, but he had 9 assists, which tied a career high, which was a topic of conversation after the Knicks win against the Chicago Bulls yesterday. Jalen Brunson was asked what he is seeing out of Bridges as a passer.
I mean, I've seen a lot. He's got me a lot of catch and shoot opportunities. The way he's able to have gravity in the paint because he knows everyone knows his mid range is deadly, and when he gets in there, and if he sees the back of somebody's head, and he's willing to dish it out. And so the way he's just been able to do that, it's been great.
Bridges with 2 assists in the first half. The Knicks had 31 assists last night. They're on pace for that again. 15 first half assists, led by 5 from Karl Anthony Towns. And Towns described what he thinks made Mikal Bridges such an effective passer this year.
I mean, just, offense has a lot of movement, so it gives him a chance to utilize his passing ability. And, yeah, he's making good plays. He's running the court, and he's doing a great job of starting the season out, utilizing his athleticism.
Join us at the Garden on Wednesday, November 5th to see the Knicks face off against the Timberwolves. We'll also be celebrating Kith Night, presented by Delta, with giveaways and surprises throughout the night that you don't want to miss. Head to Knicks.com to get your tickets. Halftime at the Garden tonight. Knicks looking for their 4th straight home win to begin the season. They are up 57-54 at the break. Knicks 3-0 at home, 0-3 away from Madison Square Garden. Josh Hart, 14 first half minutes, 2 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Why does Hart think that his longtime teammate Mikal Bridges has upped his passing game this year?
I don't know. It's surprising me, man. I didn't see this last year. So, I don't know. I think, Kel's he's being aggressive. He's playing his game, and, he's not worried about anything else. He's being himself, and that's what we need.
Last night, the Knicks' 128-116 victory over the Bulls was arguably their most complete performance of the early part of the season. Mike Brown says there were a lot of good things. There were also some not-so-good things in last night's win over the Bulls. Brown spoke more to the offensive cohesion before tonight's game. In fact, this was after last night's game, as far as how the players are coming along and learning the offensive system.
I said this before, this is going to be a process, and we're still not where we need to be offensively, but guys are starting to understand how to space the floor. They're starting to understand, part of spacing the floor is if you cut, how to respace. They're understanding quick decisions, how when to get off the ball. And when you have a really good understanding of those things, you can almost make it's just one read. You make one read and you can make a blind pass because based on our spacing and our spots, somebody's supposed to be there. And, Mikal, he was one of the guys that was here with the young guys early in the summer, so he was getting reps at this, back in August and September. So he's probably a little ahead of the curve in terms of, some of the other guys that may have been injured and missed a chunk of time. And so once we get everybody up to speed, it just won't be Mikal being able to make that read. We have basketball players that can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it should be all of us that should be able to make that read very well.
Last night, the Knicks were 20 for 42 from downtown, hitting nearly 48% of their three-point attempts. In the first half tonight, 8 for 22, a 36% clip. On the New York Knicks halftime report, the Knicks have a 57-54 lead over the Washington Wizards at the break at Madison Square Garden. OG Anunoby with 11 first-half points. The Knicks bench scoring a slim 16-15 advantage over the reserves for Washington. It's been a very evenly played game so far. Again, the Wizards, from the beginning of the first quarter, have given the Knicks all that they could handle so far tonight on the Garden floor. Before we take a look around the NBA, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Pat O'Keefe with you during halftime as the Knicks lead the Wizards 57-54 at the world's most famous arena. Across the river in Brooklyn, the Nets desperately in search of their first win of the season. They're hanging in there against the Timberwolves, who are playing without Anthony Edwards. Minnesota is on top 85-82 with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter of that game. Minnesota will be at the Garden on Wednesday to face the Knicks. Milwaukee leads Indiana 78-72 late in the third quarter. Giannis Antetokounmpo already with 28 points on 12 of 15 shooting for the Bucks, who come in with a record of 4-2. After an 0-3 start, the Celtics have played better over the last week plus. They're on top of Utah right now, 52-42. Boston coming into tonight with a record of 3-4. And Peyton Pritchard has 15 points so far in that game for the Celtics. And midway through the second quarter in Houston, the Rockets lead Dallas 37-36. Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson each with 10 points so far for the Houston Rockets. So the Knicks have trailed by as many as 10 points. They were down by 8 after the first quarter. They used a 10-0 run in the second to take a 48-40 lead, but the Wizards responded with an 11-0 run to go up 52-50. And at the break, the score is 57-54, Knicks leading the Washington Wizards. That was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up with Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt. I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Knicks at the break lead Washington 57-54. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Second half underway. Knicks lead by 3. Now attacking the basket to our right. And an early reach-in foul drawn by OG Anunoby at the free throw line will stop play. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The start of the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original, triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Nice work as always by Pat O'Keefe on our halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. It is Towns on the right side perimeter, skips a pass to an open Sham at far corner, back rimmed it, rebound tipped by Anunoby, hit the hard court, and then out of bounds off of Anunoby right baseline. Wizards ball. The Knicks have been led by Karl Anthony Towns, 16 and 10 in the first half, plus 5 assists. We've got Koulibaly with 15 for the Wizards, and Sarr has 13. Keyshawn George, left side perimeter, dribbles around to screen from Sarr, skips a pass near corner McCollum, a wide open 3, front rimmed it, good late closeout from Brunson. Captain's got the ball on the other side. Plays catch with Towns to the top of the arc, then drives left. Bank shot, no. Tipped out by Shamit to Towns at the logo. Takes the dribble now between the legs on Sar. Spins back at the foul line. Steps back for three, then kicks to the right side for Shamit. 5 to shoot for Bridges. Anunoby left point. Hands to Brunson with 3. Drives down the middle of the paint, hangs in the air. Runner drops in with a friendly roll left side of the rim. Brunson makes it a 5-point lead. A quiet first half for him. He had just 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting as Coulibaly powers left side of the paint. Stripped by Anunoby, who outlets to midcourt for Brunson. Scampers ahead left to right. Slip pass underneath the hoop for Bridges. Right corner, Shamit back to Bridges in that same corner. Jab step right, dribble left, finds a left wing shooter, Shamit. That one's off the backboard before it hit the rim, no good. And then it is Coulibaly working it ahead. George on the high side wing, catch and shoot 3, no hesitation, but no make either. It's rebounded by Bridges. Saunters up court, finds Towns left wing, pump fake, and now drives to the foul line on George, backing him down. George pulled the chair out and draws the charge. Offensive foul line, Karl Anthony Towns, that's his second personal, and the Knicks' 8th turnover.
Okay, that was a lot happening. Way to go, Tyler. That was a great start to the third quarter here.
Thank you.
A lot of up and down there. Unfortunately, you know what I say sometimes, a whole lot of activity not to be confused with productivity, and that has been the case so far. I think the Knicks actually need to settle down a little bit and use some of that variance that we talked about in the first quarter.
Bridges poked it away from George from behind. He got double teamed on an ambush. Anunoby alley-oop to Bridges over his head. He got a fingertip on it, but he couldn't bank it home. That would have been ridiculous. On the left side basket, Sar finds McCollum in the left corner. He'll drive to the near side mid-post, but missed a running one-hander. Wizards are ice cold to begin this half. In fact, they haven't scored yet in 2.5 minutes. Knicks by 5, working from left to right in the white uniforms. Wizards in red. Towns down the lane, took a hit and scored and one on a great slip pass from Brunson. Towns able to catch at the foul line and take it right to the rim. It's an extended 11-0 New York run.
I tell you what, though, Mikal Bridges had his hands on his hips because it was a run, all right, to get into this 2.5 minutes into this third quarter, just going up and down the floor.
Knicks by 7, 9:32 remaining in the third. 61-54. They've led by as many as 9 tonight, but trailed by as many as 10. Got the basket to our right. Towns sinks the free throw. So he is now 42 of 46 this season, 91% from the line.
Outstanding.
George streaking down the lane, split a double team, and got a wide open left-hand layup. 6-point game.
So the Wizards do a good job of getting into these sort of quick hitters, and it's really requiring that this Knicks defense stay wide awake and alert.
Brunson passed up a layup because he knew Landry Shamet had an open 3, and he drills it from the far corner in front of the Wizards bench, from which Brian Keefe emerges with a timeout. Largest Knick lead has been matched. They're up by 9 with 9:13 to go in the third.
Landry Shamet gets 1 to go. He's 1 of 4 tonight from the three-point line. At the half, though, the Knicks, their three-point shooting was 36.4%, which is not bad, but let's just keep an eye on that and see if they can get that number up here in the second half.
They lead the Wizards by 9, just under 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks 65, Wizards 56, with 9:13 remaining in this third quarter. An impressive start to half number 2 for the Knicks. They've given up just 2 points so far while putting 8 on the board. And Karl Anthony Towns just 1 point away from his third consecutive 20-point double-double. Knicks have Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns on the floor. This was their starting lineup tonight with Mitchell Robinson out for load management. Wizards from right to left. Sarr down the lane, hangs in the air, missed a running one-hander, tipped the rebound off the front rim. Another tip try, goes off Shamet's foot, but he was stepping on the left baseline. And they'll say out of bounds for Washington.
Well, one thing that I think the fan base and the Knicks enjoyed about last night, we talked about the productivity off the bench. They've got 16 bench points so far tonight, and they do have 9 folks in the scoring column. So that was maybe less glittery and glamorous as the three-point shooting was yesterday, but it was also an important factor in that win.
And the bench was great. Another double-digit night already for Jordan Clarkson. He's got 10 in just 11 minutes after getting 15 points in 18 minutes yesterday. Koulibaly gets out of the corner with George on the left side wing. Pick and roll with Sarr at the foul line. Alley-oop, and Sarr is able to lay it in midair to make it 65-58. Brunson from left to right across midcourt against the long and strong George. Anunoby dribbles around the perimeter on the left side to Josh Hart, who just checked in for Mikal Bridges. Towns, dribble handoff to Shamet, shoots a three and got pushed in the back by Koulibaly. Shot wouldn't go, but 3 more free throws coming up for New York.
I just love the new wrinkles that you're starting to see in this offense. That possession, Landry Shamet certainly make a great read, come off the play. Everybody is an option in this system. But Josh Hart as a ball handler on that opposite wing, like so much good there in terms of the nuances and the timings of the cuts to score as this team continues to get more and more comfortable in the system.
Shamet at the basket too, all right. Will take the first of 3 free throws. It rattles in for him. Brunson and Hart are talking with Mike Brown at the far sideline. Can't wait for that episode of the Roommate Show podcast. Now the huddle is broken up, and Shamet will sink the second foul shot. A few moments during the first half, we saw the Knicks maybe ready to run these young Wizards out of the building, but tip your cap to Washington. They have stuck around. In fact, at one point, they took a lead at the end of the second quarter before that 4-point play from Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks have missed just 1 foul shot today. It came from Gershon Yabusele, who admittedly hasn't taken a lot of foul shots in limited playing time this season. Well, Shamet gets all 3, so the Knicks have their largest lead up 10, 8:20 to go in the third, and they are now 11 of 12 from the stripe. They hit all 22 free throws they took in yesterday's win over the Bulls.
But so much of that is forcing the issue, which is why when Karl Anthony Towns goes at Alex Sarr, that's what you want to see. Make this Wizards team defend as Sarr manages to come up and finish a layup through a crowd of Knicks.
Yeah, good finish there from Sarr in traffic, back to an 8-point game. New York entered the night 4th in the NBA, shooting 84% from the free throw line. That's not sustainable, but it's awfully impressive. Towns for 3 straight on, front rim no. He is 3 of 6 from long range, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Sarr trying to post Towns on the far elbow, quickly gets rid of it though to Keyshawn George. Back to Sarr out high, another handoff to George, sets a screen on Shamet, right side pick and roll, sends a pass near corner, a 3 from Champagne, he's very short. And a long rebound for Hart.
Knicks haven't got much going in terms of scoring in the fast break today.
Brunson, low dribble, ripped through a move, got hammered and scored. He's down on his back after taking a hard shoulder check just outside the restricted area. Now helped to his feet by Towns, and a 10-point lead with a chance to add another.
They do have 30 30 paint points in this one, but have been given credit for just 8 fast break points in today's game.
And paint points, something they could always stand to improve. You never know if it will because of all the three-pointers they're shooting now, but they are 29th out of 30 teams in the league, averaging just under 40 points in the paint this year. Brunson, a slow start to this game, pretty much the opposite of what we saw yesterday. Maybe a furious finish coming as he hits the foul shot to complete the three-point play. 14 points, 4 assists for Brunson, even though he's missed 4 of his 5 three-pointers. And the best news for Brunson is that he just drew the 4th foul on Bilal Coulibaly, who's been giving him, well, I don't want to say trouble, but making his life a little difficult on defense. McCollum from the far corner, a catch-and-shoot 3. Good response from the Wizards, back to an 8-point game, 5 minutes into the second half.
McCollum, who has been a three-point shooter throughout his career. If the Wizards are hanging around in this one, you don't want to see him start to get hot.
Hard drive and kick, Anunoby right corner 3, got it! OG Anunoby 2 out of 5 from downtown. He's got 14 points and a new largest lead for New York. It's 11. Sarr down the lane, stripped by Towns, got it back, finds a cutting Champagnie, reverse layup, no, but a foul. Tip slam by Sarr is nullified by the personal. Karl Anthony Towns will pick up his 3rd. He's the only Knick with more than 2.
This is a good test for the Knicks, though. They are up 11 right now. How will this play out? Will they be able to expand this lead, or is this as good as it's going to get?
At the basket to our left, Champagnie knocks down the first free throw. Hadn't played more than 5 minutes a game. At least that's his season average. And he got to start tonight. 24-year-old from Brooklyn gets both, and it's a 9-point game. Brunson, Hart, Shamet, Anunoby, and Towns, the 5 on the floor for New York. Bub Carrington, the tough assignment on Brunson with no Coulibaly because of his foul trouble. Towns with the ball at the foul line. Good seal defensively by Sarr. Towns had to pick up his dribble. Reset with Brunson at midcourt. 5 to shoot. Right side picked from Towns. Steps back to the right wing. Brunson hook pass to Hart. Left side. Knifes into the paint. Righty layup is good. He went diagonally across the blue area and backed it home for an 11-point lead.
These, again, are the energy plays in terms of Josh Hart being able to have a terrific game on Sunday, picking up with that same energy and confidence here in the second end of the back-to-back.
Jalen Brunson said he was the Josh Hart we know and love. And the Knicks need that version of him as Anunoby picks off a kick out to McCollum and goes coast to coast with a 2-hand slam.
Great card. I give that one about an 8 because I'm going to give credit for the terrific defense that led to the offense. But I think OG had a little more sauce in there somewhere to get creative.
8 is rounding up for sure. But a big 2 from Anunoby. He's got 16 points, and the Knicks have a 78-65 lead. Brian Keefe maybe feels this one slipping away, so he calls timeout with 5:48 to go in the third. This timeout sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Knicks by 13. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Knicks have opened up their largest lead, a 13-point advantage. They started the game 3 out of 13 from three-point land. Since then, just a little bit better. They've hit 7 of their last 14. So 50% since that cold start. Yabusele will check into the game. He's joined by Brunson, Clarkson, Hart, and Bridges.
Just keep shooting. Shoot or shoot to get hot. Shoot or shoot to stay hot, baby.
Right to left go the Wizards. George got caught in the air, but somehow found a catch-and-shoot three on the far side from McCollum, but he back-rimmed it. Outlet to Brunson at midcourt. Knicks on the move from left to right. They are in white. The Wizards are in red. Brunson at midcourt, pressured by George. Now switched on to McCollum after a screen. Feeds the right wing. It's a three from Bridges, and he knocks it down. Mikal Bridges 2 for 3 from long range. He's got 8 points.
He's done a really good job in the system, as we know.
And an offensive foul drawn by Hart. He got hit down low on a screen, and the Knicks will take over up by 16.
7-0 run, including that last 3 by Bridges, obviously. He's really led the way in terms of being one of the guys that looks most comfortable in this system early.
5:08 to go in the third. Brunson taking his time across midcourt. Picked up by Carrington. Screen from Yabusele. Brunson gets open for a long 2, and from the top of the circle, he drills it. Knicks are rolling now, up 18 on these young Wizards, who are against the ropes on a 9-0 New York run.
The captain just getting to his spot seamlessly.
Johnson missed a floater from the middle of the paint. Rebound Yabusele, who got hit in the eye. Josh Hart trying to build some speed across midcourt. Almost lost it. Resets with Yabusele near the logo. Dribbling toward the right side. Arc hands to Bridges. It's a screen for him on the right side. Behind the back dribble from Bridges, but not going anywhere. Gets a reset dribble on a pass from Yabusele. Drive and kick far corner. Clarkson in the lane. Floater dropped in around Bagley. And the Knicks have a 20-point lead.
Jordan Clarkson with a dozen. Back-to-back double-digit performances for him in a Knicks uniform.
He is a plus 20 in 12 minutes, Jordan Clarkson. Great night for the Knicks bench. Trey Johnson from 3, off the mark from straight on. Outlet to midcourt from Hart to Brunson. Crosses over Johnson, right side, drive underneath the hoop. Out to Hart, top of the key. He'll take a 3, and he knocks it down. The Knicks are red hot. It's a 17-2 run, and Josh Hart buries the three-pointer.
Shooting 50% from the three-point line in this contest. 1 for 2. He is a plus 18, and again, 2 back-to-back examples here at home of why Josh Hart is so important to what the Knicks do.
Champagne's off the mark on a left point 3. It's also a 14-0 New York run. Brunson right side. Between the legs dribble. Up top for Yabusele. Back to Brunson. Just a screen for him on the near side. Slip pass to a cutting Yabu. Barrels down the lane. Kick out to Hart far corner. Extra pass Clarkson. And he buries a 3. The Knicks are playing beautiful basketball right now. And it forces another Washington timeout.
At the half, the Knicks were 8 of 22 from the three-point line. Since then, in this third quarter, they are 5 of 8 from 3 and on a 17-0 run. Baby, it looks like the storms from Sunday night have moved back through the Garden here on Monday evening.
Your AccuWeather meteorologist Monica McNutt, as the Knicks have a 91-65 lead with 3:20 left in the third quarter. Timeout Washington, but we'll keep it here, and we can get you your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. We heard Pat O'Keefe at halftime saying the Brooklyn Nets were desperate for a win because they are 0-6 this year. I don't know if their front office would use the word desperate. because of the loaded draft.
Please
But
give us your thesaurus.
it is a 101. It would not be a synonym of desperate. It would be, we'll take a win. But they are down 101-93 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. That will be the next opponent coming into Madison Square Garden. And I think if you're a Knicks fan, you're okay with Minnesota winning that game. You don't want a fired-up, angry Timberwolves team having lost to the lowly Brooklyn Nets. Also, Milwaukee and Indiana, which is an even spicier rivalry this year because Miles Turner went from one team to another. That's a 5-point game late, 109-104 Milwaukee. The Celtics have a 70-68 lead in the Danny Ainge battle over the Utah Jazz. And here in New York, as we're back underway, it's 91-65 Knicks, late third quarter. That's your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. And a turnover from Carrington through a pass too low for Corey Kispert up top. Skips past him out of bounds.
14 turnovers in this one so far for this Wizards squad. The Knicks have capitalized 12 points off 14. I'd like to see them be a little bit more efficient off the turnovers than that, but you'll take it.
Yabusele catch and shoot three. Short from the left wing off a good pick and pop play with Brunson. In transition, Cam Whitmore fumbled at the free throw line, but got it back from Brunson. Finds himself in the middle of the paint. Missed a push shot. That is fouled on the put back. Yabusele had his hands straight in the air, but it didn't give Bagley room to operate. No free throws in the basket to our left for Bagley. As the Knicks have opened up their largest lead, 26 points in favor of New York. 2:47 left in the third. And this is similar to what happened on Wednesday, or rather on Saturday against Orlando. Wizards were up by 3 after the first quarter. That night, it was Keyshawn George who got into foul trouble. He had to come out, and then Orlando outscored them by 30 points the rest of the way. Tonight, it was the fourth foul on Bilal Coulibaly. That allowed Brunson to get a little more breathing room, open up the rest of the offense. And with that free throw from Bagley, they finally have their 17-0 run snapped.
I'm going to rely on you to keep me grounded and present in this ball game unless it suddenly becomes a 2-possession ball game, because I'm already sort of excited about this opportunity here at home. We continued to talk about that yesterday, but even tonight, there's various times that this team has come down and executed, and you're seeing things that you have not yet seen them do in this system, but things that I'm familiar with in terms of what to look for as signaling that the system is beginning to get from that level 1 understanding into that level 2.
Josh Hart catches and shoots from the left wing and knocks down another one. He had 2 3-pointers all season before tonight. Now he's connected on 2 in a row. 27-point Knick lead, their largest. Carrington off to his right for Kispert. Slices inside, finds a corner shooter, Johnson. He knew that one was going in as he rips the net from the left side. 24-point Knick lead approaching the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Brunson, right elbow, steps into the paint, stopped by 3 defenders, back out to Hart. Pump fake the 3 on Johnson, drives, passes to Yabusele, but then an offensive foul called as Bagley stepped in front of Hart and drew the charge. The 3-pointer by Johnson was the first Wizard field goal in 5 minutes.
That was a little bit of a heat check for Josh Hart, who's having a terrific stretch here. Back-to-back threes, but Bagley getting into sound position and drawing that charge.
Wizards ball down 24. Johnson up top, sends a pass to the far corner for Kispert, and he rains in a 3. 94-73, 21-point game. Remember, the Knicks had a 20-plus point lead yesterday, and the Bulls, they got it down to 12 at one point, but no closer. Brunson with his back to the basket, faked a spin move and goes left side around the rookie Johnson, but couldn't finish with a left-hand layup. Carrington speeds ahead, alley-oop to Whitmore, and he thunders down the jam for his first bucket of the night. And a quick 8-0 Washington run. It's a 19-point game.
The energy of these young guys, it sort of threatens that they might close this gap, but I think this is a bigger test for the Knicks to stay focused and avoid allowing that happen.
Bridges dishes right for Clarkson, who finds Hart up top. He'll slice down the lane, hangs in the air, hits a ready layup around 2 defenders. Josh Hart's feeling it right now. 12 points. He's missed just 1 shot, plus 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
This is the sort of bookend games, if you will, that are great for him.
Kispert hits another, though, Overhart this time for the near side break. 96-78. Wizards close enough to give them a little momentum heading toward the fourth quarter. 39 seconds left in the third. Brunson dribbles back near midcourt. Kispert poked it free. Brunson saved it. 7 to shoot. Brunson will drive behind the back dribble at the dotted line. Fadeaway jumper. No, it rolled off the right side rim. Whitmore near side angle. Dribbles to the right elbow. Met by Brunson in the paint. Kicks it out. Dropped by Kispert. Stolen by Bridges. 3-on-1 break. Bridges stops, leans in, steps to the basket. Finger rolls it home left-handed as the defense went flying by. 20-point game. Final possession, third quarter. 7 seconds left for Bud Carrington out high. Marked by Bridges. Feeds the shooter Johnson left side. Steps back into a three, but closed out by Bridges. Gave it to Bagley, but he couldn't get the grenade off in time. And the Knicks will take a 98-78 lead to the fourth quarter. And exactly the kind of out-of-halftime response you expected from New York. They outscore the Wizards 41-24. Over that 12-minute period.
And Karl Anthony Towns, who was having a terrific game, only plays 6 minutes in that third quarter, and it doesn't seem to bother this team. Mike Brown, as much as we came into today talking about the rotations, he found a group that worked well to extend this lead in the third.
Knicks by 20. The fourth quarter is next. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com. 1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Great third quarter for the Knicks. They outscore the Wizards by 17, and they've earned a 20-point lead as the fourth quarter begins. Slow start, predictably so, in the second out of a back-to-back, but they've imposed their will since halftime. They have McBride, Clarkson, Shamit, Anunoby, and Towns on the floor as Kispert can't hit a straight-on three-pointer. Anunoby will bring it up. He's got 16 points in terms of his third consecutive 20-point effort. Scoops the pass to Clarkson on the near side wing. Pick on the left from Towns. Now he backs off. Catches a pass up top. Pump fake to 3 on Bagley. Powers down the lane. Threw it up. Missed it. Bagley got the rebound. Karl Anthony Towns says, come on, that's a foul. 11:20 left in the fourth. You heard him.
I did, very clearly.
Johnson speeding down the right side lane. Rises for 2. Missed the bank shot with the right hand. A rebound Towns. Clarkson smoothly into the front court, high side wing. Pick from Towns, is now posting up and now screening again. Sets up out high. Clarkson knifes inside. Try to pass to a cutting Anunoby. You dropped it. Comes back out to Clarkson though. Wide open left wing 3. Strong off the back rim, and then Bagley gets the board. Clarkson's second consecutive game. He's got 15 points in 18 minutes. Let's see if he can add to it in both departments. Whitmore couldn't connect on the three from the right side.
Two of your newer names in terms of bench scoring, Landry Shamet and Jordan Clarkson, getting notable run here in this one.
And you wonder if the Knicks could open it up a little bit. Maybe you get to see a little more Gershon Yabusele. He's been held to one free throw in 14 minutes. Tyler Kolek as well has perhaps been a casualty of the Titans rotation. He was averaging 12 minutes a game, but has only played 5 minutes across the last two. And we have not seen him yet tonight. As they reach and foul on Washington, the side out along the near side. Marvin Bagley picked up his third personal. And Anobi posting the smaller Carrington on the right side block. Carrington got a hand in there to poke it out of bounds near sideline with 8 to shoot. No one scored yet, 90 seconds into the fourth quarter. Knicks by 20 in search of a second consecutive win. If I remember correctly, Monica does not count a 2-game winning streak as a winning streak.
Nope. That's back-to-back wins. The streak is 3.
They'll have to earn it over Minnesota on Wednesday. Inbound to Anunoby. Tough layup wouldn't go with a good hard contest from Sarr. It looked like he might have crashed into Anunoby's back, but they'll play on.
Yeah, that's unusual, though, because even with contact, as the Knicks come up with a steal here.
Yeah, more good defense from Towns. Broke up a pass across the paint. Sets up Anunoby on the other side, and he front rimmed a 3 from the far corner. The rookie Johnson the rebound, 6th overall pick. He's got it on the right wing, now to the near side for Carrington. Marked by Shamet. Carrington, who was the starting point guard much of last year, but now coming off the bench, will find Kispert, charges in, draws a foul, and sends up a wild runner for the near side mid-post, and they do call a foul on Towns.
That's good. I mean, this is a smart play by Kispert, who has a little bit of foot speed on Karl Anthony Towns. Is like, all right, let me see if he can stick with me. And laterally, maybe not Cat's strength. So Kispert earns a trip to the free throw line.
4th foul on Towns, in fact. He does have 2 steals. This conversation continues with the officials. I mentioned Bub Carrington. He was the only rookie in the NBA last year to start all 82 games. The last Knick rookie to play all 82 games was Landry Fields, that during the magical 2010-11 season. Free throws good for Kispert. Knicks by 18, and Towns was working his way down the middle of the paint. They have both arms grabbed onto by separate Wizards defenders, and they will call Bub Carrington for his 3rd personal foul.
Well, all we got in this quarter so far is free throws, because the two teams are combined 0 for 7 from their field goal attempts so far.
Free throws have been dominated by the Knicks just in terms of efficiency. This entire homestand so far, 22 of 22 yesterday. Here's Towns for 3. That's a front rim miss from straight on. And they're 12 of 13 tonight. Rebound and a sprint out from Koulibaly. He's fouled on a right side drive. And Shamet got a hand in there. Anunoby's going to get hit with the foul. It's only his first. With 4 steals for Anunoby tonight, he continues playing excellent defense. There'll be an inbound from the far sideline. Free throw line extended. Carrington will send it in. Knicks by 18. We'll have a chance here to deliver the knockout punch. They go on one of their patented runs. Inbound was tipped by McBride, stolen by Shamet. Works his way to the front court. Trailer Clarkson, he's wide open for 3. In and out. Offensive rebound. Towns, and the putback will give him his 3rd consecutive 20-point double-double.
Karl Anthony Towns playing big. You know me. To start this game, I wanted to see a 50-piece, but that's okay. I'll take a 20.
Johnson from the left corner rattles home with 3. This is the most he's been able to play in a single game this year. He's showing out pretty well, this young rookie. Connecting on the three-pointer, he's got 10. And on the other side, Landry Shamet able to answer with a 2-point jumper.
So on Wednesday, you'll be coming off of a game where everybody should be feeling good and feeling confident. The Minnesota Timberwolves are going to roll into town. Minus Anthony Edwards is the expectation right now.
So Alex Sarr, a tough turnaround in the lane. He got it to go. Towns will take it right to the rim. He runs over one defender trying to draw a charge, but Carrington was set up in the restricted area. And with a missed layup, Towns will get back to the free throw line. And Carrington firmly both of his sneakers inside that half circle underneath the hoop. As Towns was overpowering Alex Sarr once again to the basket.
Not only that, but he definitely tries to slide this shoulder in and take the contact. That was not taking no real contact.
It helps you appreciate guys like Jalen Brunson, who are textbook charge takers. So 2 more foul shots for Towns.
If we could take a taking charge course from those guys, would you do it? How to take a charge with Jalen Brunson and...
No, I would not. The first free throw from Towns is good. He's 3 for 3 from the line.
Why not, Tyler? We could use a
I think I'll break in half.
I was about to say we could use the pads that gymnasts use, so we don't have to actually fall.
Still no.
Okay, all right.
Mikal Bridges will check in. I mean, a take charge class is essentially sitting there and getting pummeled.
Yeah, but there's obviously skills to it.
Towns, a rare free throw missed there. 3 for 4 today. It's just the 5th foul shot he's missed all year. He's still at 90%. 103-85 New York. 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Off the dribble 3 from Keyshawn George. Rattles in from the left side arc. It is 103-88. 15-point game here. Clarkson dribbles around the perimeter, finds Towns on the right side. Will speed pass, Sarr, and throw it down with the right hand. Karl Anthony Towns has been dominant tonight.
Ooh-wee. Emphatic at the rim.
Underhand scoop layup try from Coulibaly on the other end, all the way around the rim, and then it spins out at the last second. Clarkson off the hesitation move, gets underneath the hoop right side, picked up his dribble, finds Anunoby in the right corner, couldn't drive past George. 7:40 left in the game. It's 105-88 New York, 17-point lead. Shamet was hoping to drive past Coulibaly, but it's poked free, winds up in the front court, and then Coulibaly dropped the pass from Sarr. He would have had a wide open dunk, but it goes out of bounds. Towns quickly inbounds to the point where the towel kid had to sprint off the court. And now Clarkson, right side block, up top for Towns. He knew he was going to shoot this one, but it rolls out from the top of the key. He's had that look in his eye, but unable to connect. Towns still with 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists, all of which came in the first half. Sarr straight up. He'll take a 3. Very short, long rebound McBride. Into the front court he goes, and Mike Brown out to the court for a timeout. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 6:57 remains in the fourth quarter. The Knicks have a 17-point lead on the Wizards, 105-88. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Knicks in control here, 17-point lead with 6:57 remaining in, well, we'll call it regulation, but fourth quarter here at MSG. It is the second of a 7-game homestand. Off day tomorrow after this back-to-back. Then you get Minnesota on Wednesday. Next week, it's Brooklyn, Memphis, Orlando, and then Miami before a 5-game road trip that starts in Miami. It's kind of the inverse of what we just had with Chicago. The Knicks played them away and then home. And for Miami, it's home and then road.
Karl Anthony Towns just might get us a new season high in tonight's contest. Currently, his 26 versus the Celtics are his high for this year. Tonight, he's already got 24 points with about 6:50 to go.
It's last year's starting 5 on the floor, and Josh Hart front rims a left side 3. Rebound tipped over to 19-year-old rookie Will Riley for Washington. He'll sneak all the way to the cup inside to Sarr. Pass was tipped from behind by Anunoby. Hart picked up the loose ball, spins it midcourt, far corner, Bridges, left wing Towns, pump taking a drive on Sarr. Bank shot goes. There's the season high, matching 26-point. And the Knicks are up 19.
I'm still back on the spin move through traffic at half court full speed by Josh Hart. Okay, sir.
Feels like he's, well, not reached his final form. He's still dealing with some, what he recently revealed to be nerve pain in that right ring finger. As a Euro step from Koulibaly leads to a missed right-hand floater. Josh Hart feels like he's playing with the joy he's been searching for all year. As Brunson works his way to the cup, hung in the air, but missed a right-hand layup in traffic. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Sarr catches at the foul line, spins, dishes, near corner 3. Koulibaly left it short. Rebound batted over to Bridges. Another night for Bridges where he's got just 10 points, but 2 blocks, 2 steals, 4 assists, and a couple of 3-pointers. Towns dribbling from the top of the arc to the right elbow. Ball fake, and then he pulls up for a jumper, and he nails the 2-pointer. He's got 28.
Man, it's just so good to see these guys in such good rhythm. We talked about on Sunday night sort of a glimpse of the promise of the system. I think tonight is fair to say is like even a deeper step into that.
3-pointer missed by Sarr, straight up. That's why some of these games I know maybe fans have trouble getting up for because it's the Wizards, as Towns is blocked this time by Sarr. His second to only his fellow Frenchman Victor Wembanyama for blocks in the NBA. Ball out of bounds off of Towns, they say. But the spot where the Knicks are so far this year, you absolutely want to get right kind of game against this Wizards squad to build off of what they started yesterday, blowing out Chicago. Right now it's 109-88 New York, 5 minutes to go. A 21-point lead. Far corner George leading out of bounds will make the 3. Impressive shot from Keyshawn George. It's back to an 18-point game. He had that 7-for-9 3-point shooting night in their only win this season, stunning the Dallas Mavericks. He's 3 of 6 tonight. Hart top side, directing traffic. He'll find Bridges on the right angle. Baseline drive on Carrington. Baseline leaner won't go. Popped out into the arms of Sarr. George the other way from right to left. Stripped by Bridges at the foul line. That's his 3rd steal. Bounce pass to Brunson left wing. Dishes to a cutting Towns, and a blocking foul called as he lays it in around Koulibaly. 3-point play opportunity for Towns. He's got a 30-point night with 13 rebounds and 5 assists.
11 of those points have come in the fourth quarter. And it's not funny, but man, young man, I understand, Koulibaly. Get out of the way when you see Karl Anthony Towns coming down the lane.
First 30-point game of the season for Cat. Nobody wants it more than Towns. New system, maybe affecting his efficiency early in the season, and who knows, it might continue to affect it as they round into form, but you can add it to the long list of Knicks who will do whatever it takes to win. And tonight, with Jalen Brunson's shot faltering early, Towns took over, and he's at the free throw line as the Knicks are starting to empty the bench. They'll get rookie Mohamed Diawara on the floor.
Mike Brown is a guy who talks very much about just throwing guys into rotations for the sake of wanting them to be fully aware that their number could be called at any minute. If you're any of these guys about to get minutes in this last 4 minutes and change, you want to show that you can be ready, to his point, whenever your number is called, whether it's in cleanup duty, honestly, or if you do get thrown into a starting lineup or in meaningful minutes in the course of a ball game.
We've seen that a couple of times from Ariel Hukporti. He started twice, and he's about to check in next. Tristan Vukcevic missed a leaner in the lane. Offensive rebound, though. It sets up with A.J. Johnson, traded with Chris Middleton from the Bucks last year for Kyle Kuzma. Well, swinging around the two-way contract, Malachi Branham, who misfires a left wing three. It's going to be the 10th consecutive win for the Knicks over the Wizards as Towns got fouled on the floor before a fadeaway by Vucevic's left elbow. And with 3:40 to go, we'll also see Tyler Kolek come into the game.
I have to say, though, Malachi Branham stands to be one of my all-time favorite draft interviews.
Oh.
This young man, so this is when we're bringing the entire families up. We did it a little bit this past year, not all the time. But we had his mom, his grandmom, and I think his sister, and we had a couch. And so I'm trying to get through the whole family to do the interviews. And his mom says something, whatever, she's super proud of her son. I can't remember exactly what I asked his grandmother, but she very much, in black lady grandma, don't take no stuff fashion, was like, he aight. I was like, Grandma,
That's incredible.
Wait a minute, on his draft night, that's all you got for me? She gonna keep that baby humble, that's for sure.
You need your mom to keep you honest. As a rousing ovation for Jalen Brunson will greet him back to the bench. 16 points on 6 of 17 shooting, but 9 assists, did more than enough to get the Knicks the victory tonight. And Towns at the free throw line gets 2 of 2. So 23 points in favor of the Knicks, and tonight 32 for Karl Anthony Towns. And Bridges intentionally fouls A.J. Johnson to get Ariel Hukporti and Pacom Dadier into the game. Karl Anthony Towns is lauded on his way back to the sideline. Final numbers in just 30 minutes, Monica. 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a trio of three-pointers. And how about the efficiency? 12 for 24.
Absolutely.
And Towns, in this quarter, he scored 14 of the Knicks' 16 points.
That man is on fire.
And I think the applause was a little extra hard from Knicks fans because they looked at the clock and realized there's still 3.5 minutes left in this game, but still, Mike Brown willing to empty the bench, get his starters out of there. And you've got Kolek, Shamet, Dadier, Hukporti, and Diawara. Back-to-back 15-point nights from Jordan Clarkson as well. OG Anunoby's streak of 20-point games will end, but he had 16 and 5 steals a season high. As Branham gets loose and throws down a dunk as if to say, I'm better than all right, Mom. 3:23 left in the fourth. It's a 20-point Knick lead. Diawara pick and roll with Hukporti. Picked it up at the foul line. Entry pass Hukporti. Drop step move. Got hit hard by Tristan Vukcevic. To the ball.
Hold on to the basketball better than that.
Ball came free and no protesting from Hukporti, so maybe a clean strip. Vukcevic backing down Diawara. Tough baseline fadeaway is good. Vukcevic, a 7-footer who can shoot threes. Played for Team Serbia with Nikola Jokic this summer. Had some really good minutes down the stretch last year, but he has been buried so far in this rotation. Now he gets a steal, poking it away from behind Hukporti, and then he's bumped on a foul by Diawara as he wanted a transition layup. So
the hustle by Diawara is a positive, getting down the floor to be disruptive.
18-point game, 114-96 with 2:47 to go. Timeout on the floor. We will take it too. And sponsored as always by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Knicks 114, Wizards 96. New York is 2:47 away from a second consecutive win. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
114-96. Knicks lead the Wizards as Leslie Jones on the video board screams at Knicks fans.
My girl! I should text her. Hey, Sis, what are you doing?
I could definitely see you on Saturday Night Live in a similar vein.
Do you think I'm funny?
You're one of the funniest people I know. I'm kind of a tough laugh, I've realized. I just don't laugh out loud that much, but I think in my head very often what Monica just said is really funny. Tristan Vukcevic hit a foul shot earlier, including when you said, let me look up the translation for do they know my name in French? And then you pulled it up, and then you realized in the moment you don't know how to read French. I found that to be very funny.
So, but that's laughing at me, not with...
Well, I didn't say what kind of laughter or what
true.
kind of funny you were.
I didn't specify that.
Here's Kolek for 3. He missed it short. Offensive rebound, Huck Porty. 2.5 to go in the fourth. Knicks lead 114-97. Dadier in the far side corner, catching drives. He'll feed the near side angle. Diawara for 3. That's wide left. And the rebound pulled down by Branham. Vukcevic at the top of the arc. And from the left side, Branham buries a 3 with 2:12 to go. It's a 14-point game here.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
One last note, by the way, on your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Giannis Antetokounmpo hit a very tough turnaround fadeaway from the elbow over 2 Pacers to beat Indiana in Indiana at the buzzer. So the Bucks beat their rivals in the Midwest. Shamet wide open left side three-pointer, missed it from the wing. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Tough drive on the left side of the lane by Anthony Gill, and he scoops home the layup to make it a 12-point game. But I think the Wizards are out of time, just 90 seconds left.
These secondary units, or maybe even Trice-area, I'm not sure. Anyway, the Wizards are on an 11-0 run. The Knicks need to respond.
Diawara runs into a brick wall. Vukcevic on the left side of the paint, and they call the foul on the big Serbian. And Diawara will get to the foul line. (114-102) New York. Diawara shooting at the basket to our right. Misses the first foul shot, but still a chance, Monica.
Diawara and Huck Porty.
Yes.
They offer... They're both a little bit slight in terms of strength. Or at least, I actually shouldn't say that. I don't know what they bench and squat. They're leaner than Mitch is. But at their height, they offer, some good stopgap play in terms of what the Knicks need at that 5 position.
Diawara missed the second free throw, so still in search of his first NBA points. And And a hard foul on Brandon, who worked his way to the left side of the cup. Free throws for him. 1:13 left in the fourth. And the Knicks have the margin for one or two more errors, but that's just about it, as the Wizards have trimmed what was once a 26-point lead down to 12.
That would be very disappointing for these guys to get pulled.
It was 27, in fact, at its highest point. And Brandon misses the potentially clutch free throw off the back rim. An 11-0 Wizards run. Both free throws missed by Brandon. He had 5 points all from the field in just 3 minutes, but couldn't knock those down. Shamet pick and roll left wing with Akporti. Nothing comes of it. They reset with Diawara on the near side. Up top for Kolek, catch and drive left side. He is met by A.J. Johnson. Try to pass to a feeding Dadier over his head. It came to Akporti. Gets it to a cutting Kolek. And he rainbows in a baseline floater.
Why is Huff on the floor? Get up.
Hustling back down court to keep pace with Vukcevic. A.J. Johnson down the lane. Middle of the paint. Hung in the air. Met by Akporti. Great defense. Forced the missed layup. Long outlet to Diawara across midcourt. Taking his time on the dribble. Darts to the right side, mid-post. Hooks a pass at the far corner. Shamet drills a three, and that'll just about do it. 119-102 New York.
That's a nice pass by Diawara.
Second three-pointer for Shamet. He was 1 of 5 before that miss. Vukcevic from downtown. Too strong from the left angle. Rebound Dadier, and the shot clock is off. Back-to-backs are never easy. Does not matter who comes to town, but the Knicks took care of business. Beaten Chicago last night, and here this evening against the Wizards, a 119-102 win, and they've won 2 in a row.
2 down, 5 to go before they have to take their talents back out on the road. Each of these opportunities at home in particular present an opportunity for this team to improve and grow and continue to settle in this new system.
One more reminder that every Knick Timeout is brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. So many standout performers this evening. Karl Anthony Towns, chief among them, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. And then from there, it's a continued theme. We've seen so much variety and balance from this Knicks offense. And as the defense continues to improve, you can tell continuity and togetherness is going to be a constant theme of this Mike Brown-led squad. Not a night when Jalen Brunson only had 16 points. You put 119 on the board, and you hold Washington to just 102. Landry Shamet standing by. A couple more three-pointers tonight, Landry. Just tell us what's been clicking the last 2 nights as you guys string together a couple of wins in a row.
I just think we're trying to get back to controlling our controllables. That Chicago game on the road, we were so passive and lax defensively, and that's not us. Our physicality's got to be up. Our communication's got to be up, and that's really what we've gotten better in. We scored a bunch of points that game. We weren't guarding, and that kind of ignites everything for us. So getting better defensively, more physical, and kind of letting that drive us.
I love those things, Landry, but also I think watching tonight, you can start to see a few more wrinkles, a few different options, different reads coming together off of the system that's now in place offensively. Do you guys feel like you're making progress in terms of really grasping what Mike Brown has brought?
Yeah, what? I mean, we're, 7 games. Is this 7 games now? Like,
James, yep,
game 7. Plus the training camp. Like, we're still figuring things out, and, we all know that. Not trying to sound any alarms, because there's some growing pains early. It's a new system. New coaching staff, albeit a lot of the same group. We're learning things again, so trying to find all of our spots, and you can kind of start to see some things starting to make a little more sense for all of us top to bottom.
All right, Landry, before we get you out of here, this is a very unique stretch in that you guys have completed 2 of a 7-game homestand. What's the most valuable part of this run as you guys see it?
Oh man, taking care of our bodies. This is a long NBA season, and getting to sleep in your bed for 2 weeks is you don't take that for granted. That goes a long way. So making sure we're taking care of our bodies, taking advantage of being here, and continue to build and grow.
Great stuff, Landry. Thanks for the time.
Yep, thank you.
Knicks win it over Washington. Final score 119-102. We'll bring in Pat O'Keefe to start our post-game coverage after another New York victory. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Juju Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York, New York.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Welcome to the New York Knicks post-game show. Now here's Pat O'Keefe.
At home, their second straight victory at Madison Square Garden, improving to 4-0 on their home floor on the season. Knicks back above the 500 mark at 4-3 overall after they take care of business against the Wizards tonight, 119-102, a game dominated by Karl Anthony Towns. His sixth double-double of the season results in 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists in the 17-point victory. Lots to get to. We'll chat with Tyler and Monica in a moment. First, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
It is the New York Knicks postgame show. Pat O'Keefe with you after a 119-102 Knicks victory over the Wizards at Madison Square Garden. That's where we go to rejoin Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt, who just finished calling the action. I mentioned Kat's name a moment ago, Monica. It has to start there. He saw a matchup in Alex Sarr at the beginning of the night that he seemed to like a lot, and he went about exploiting it all night long.
Listen, I thought he could have gone for 50 tonight, honestly, Pat. And maybe 50 is more of a mid-season form sort of accomplishment, but I'm with you. He had a great game. He was efficient. Another double-double, as I heard you lead into this conversation. But I think, too, there's small little details, and we talked to Landry Shamet post-game about the opportunity for this thing to continue to settle. He's finding his spots. Those lane lines extended out beyond the three-point line. I think he's been so effective there. Obviously, tonight we saw him channel his inner Patrick Ewing and really just body up and take Sarr to the basket for a couple of dunks. And so that's all terrific to see. He's got to be productive for this team to achieve its goals this season. There's no question about that.
Wizards, a very young team. They came out and played extremely hard. They gave the Knicks a lot in that first half, but that third quarter for the Knicks, and we've seen a few quarters like this already this season. One in Milwaukee, one against the Celtics. Knicks outscore them 41-24 in the third quarter, Monica. That period was a thing of beauty for the Knicks.
Yeah, it really was. And again, we keep seeing these glimpses of what it can be in terms of the fluidity, in terms of multiple guys having the freedom and being empowered to bring the ball up the court, to attack right out of the half, right off of the defensive rebound. But even in that, Pat, I find myself watching, and these guys still, if they don't get a shot within that first six, it kind of takes its time. They allow the system to do its thing. They're getting shots up with about 5 seconds or so left in the shot clock, and that's okay because as much as pace is a part of this year's programming, so to speak, you still have to make a basketball play and appreciate what these guys can accomplish. And last year, to be a bottom 5 team in pace and be as successful lets me know, and Tyler and I talked about this a little on the broadcast, the variety is what keeps teams on their heels and can be very effective for this team.
Yeah, a lot of options out there pretty much at all times. All right, Monica, we'll catch you on Wednesday as you head and work the MSG television post-game show with the guys. Tyler still with us from the Garden. One of my favorite traditions in the post-game press conference after a win anyway, Tyler, is to find out who gets the hard hat, who gets the Timberlands. I think there's a lot of candidates tonight for the defensive player of the game. When you look at what the Knicks did, they forced 20 turnovers, and they came up with 12 steals, and a lot of that coming in the second half.
Yeah, I think the problem with the Timberland Award is that it should probably go to OG Anunoby 70 nights out of the season. 5 more steals for him. And for me, I just don't think he's the most noticeably great defender who isn't, a rim protector in the NBA. Yeah, you can put we talked about the Thompson twins earlier. There's some excellent defenders across the board, but what Anunoby does on and off the ball, I don't think can be replicated anywhere, which is why he's such a valuable player. So another great job by Anunoby. It seems like Bridges has 3 steals a night, and he still finds ways to contribute, even if he's not getting 20 points a night anymore. 2 blocks for Bridges. You started the broadcast today talking about Wingstop, and those guys are living up on both ends and beyond. So you just love to see it, and then I'll throw in Towns in there as well. Surprised he did not have 1 block on the stat sheet today. Certainly felt like he was protecting the rim well, and I'm just very impressed with him after a frustrating road trip, how he's responded on both ends.
Yeah, no question about it. Eight steals for Wingstop. Anunoby and Bridges combining for that tonight. The last couple games, the rotation gets tightened a little bit. Obviously, Mike Brown, game to game, he's trying and seeing what he has with this team, right? 9-man rotation the last couple games, and in response to that, the 2 guys who I think are supposed to be the 2 most important players off the bench are really starting to get their games going in Jordan Clarkson and Josh Hart.
No question about it. Josh Hart, maybe it just was a matter of getting his feet under him and getting into rhythm, but, he was a plus 21 in this game. And we probably used that stat too much, but it was him and Bridges and Brunson all tied for the team high. So, yeah, the Villanova crew, all plus 21s. And we're going to maybe see a bit of a setback in terms of stat stuffing, but still in 26 minutes, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. That was really impressive. And you do love to see Mike Brown making that adjustment. Like, what was the buzzword we heard about during the coaching search? It was they wanted a collaborative coach who was willing to work with the guys who are already here, or maybe the new guys he's bringing in. It sounded like from the start, Mike Brown, he wanted to play a bunch of guys, 10, 11, whatever. And he admitted, or at least he copped to yesterday, that, you know what, the substitutions are kind of all over the place. Let's rein it in a little bit. And ever since he's done that, this team makes a lot more sense when you're able to let guys know, you're getting 14 minutes tonight. You tighten that bench up. And in the end, just 9 guys played. And that's going to make it a lot easier, I think, to keep guys ready to roll when you have to fill in for Mitchell Robinson. And hopefully we'll get to see him a lot the rest of the homestand. But that's just going to be the expectation, I'm guessing, on back-to-backs. So we'll see how that goes throughout the year.
Yeah, this was the first one. The Knicks sweep both ends of it. We'll see if Robinson, who did not play tonight, is available to play on Wednesday. Either way, Tyler, we'll catch you then for the next one, and the Knicks will look for their 3rd straight win.
Great stuff, Pat. See you soon.
All right, Tyler Murray, Monica McNutt from the Garden tonight as the Knicks beat the Wizards 119-102. Wednesday night on MSG, the Knicks take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Live coverage begins at 7 p.m. with Knicks Game Night, followed by tip-off at 7:30 Wednesday night on MSG, or stream on the Gotham Sports app. That'll be Game 3 of this season-long 7-game homestand. The longest homestand for the Knicks in 11 years. It's off to a very good start. Wins in their first 2 games over the Bulls and over the Wizards, with the Timberwolves coming up next. We've got plenty coming up on the New York Knicks post-game show. We'll get to your highlights next. We'll hear from Mike Brown in the coaches report. We'll hear from Karl Anthony Towns as well, as the Knicks are back above 500 at 4-3 after a 17-point win at home over Washington. I'm Pat O'Keefe in New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeep.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
And we are back on the New York Knicks post-game show. 2 straight wins for the Knicks as they beat the Wizards 119-102. A game that was close in the first half as the Knicks only led by 3 at the break. Knicks are now 4-3. Washington falls to 1-6 on the season, and this is their 5th consecutive loss. Time for the highlights, and no Mitchell Robinson tonight for the Knicks. Second night of a back-to-back, so he was sitting out. So the starting lineup had Jalen Brunson playing alongside Landry Shamet in the backcourt, with Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns up front. And in the first quarter, the Knicks using defense to grab an early lead.
Steal from Brunson on Koulibaly. Loose ball came to Towns. Long outlet to Bridges, and he rises for a tomahawk stuff, forcing a Washington timeout from second-year head coach Brian Keith. It is 13-12 New York.
Young, inexperienced Wizards team, but they came out feisty in this one, and they went toe-to-toe with the Knicks early on.
Bob Carrington into the game, but a perfect pick-and-roll pocket pass for Bagley, who powers down the lane for a two-hand stuff. Wizards up 8. Long outlet to Anunoby. He gets to the rack around Whitmore with a two-hand jam of his own. 27-21. Wizards with the lead.
All 5 starters for the Knicks scored in double figures, including Anunoby, plus Hart and Clarkson off the bench. So 7 in double figures. But it was a slow start for the Knicks. They trailed 30-22 after 1. And from the opening tip, Towns had a mismatch against Alex Sarr, and he really took advantage.
McBride, topside, gets it near side, mid-post for Towns, posting up the smaller Sarr, takes him underneath the hoop, and jams it with the right hand. Welcome to the NBA, Alex Sarr.
As one Shaquille O'Neal might say, barbecue chicken. Okay, big body Karl Anthony Towns.
Towns, the former number 1 overall pick, introducing himself to Sarr, who was the number 2 overall pick in last year's draft. And for the 6th time this season, Cat records a double-double. In fact, he had the double-double locked up when there was still 5 minutes remaining in the first half. And that jump-started a 10-0 run that pushed the Knicks' lead to 8.
Clarkson, a three-pointer now from the left corner. He's got 6 unanswered points, and the Knicks have a 10-0 run. 48-40, New York.
Second straight game, Jordan Clarkson comes off the bench and scores 15 points. Over those games, he is 5 for 11 from downtown. And in the 21 minutes that he played off the bench today, the Knicks were a plus 17. So that 10-0 run put the Knicks up 48-40. It felt like at the time they were going to start pulling away there. They did not, because the Wizards went on an 11-0 run. They went back in front. In fact, it looked like they were going to take a lead into halftime until Our timeless moment of the game brought to you by London Jewelers.
2 seconds separating shot and game clock. George on the right side spins in the paint, met by Bridges, blocked it into the hands of Hart with 5 seconds left. He'll scamper up court from right to left across midcourt with 3. Trailer 3 from Towns at the horn. He got fouled and hit the 3 at the buzzer. A 4-point play, and the Knicks will take at least a 2-point lead to the locker room.
It would be a 3-point lead after Towns hit the free throw, completing the 4-point play, punctuating a terrific first half in which he had 16 points and 10 rebounds. So the Knicks leading 57-54 at the break. That was the timeless moment of the game. Brought to you by London Jewelers. Every unforgettable moment deserves to shine. London Jewelers, proudly celebrating 100 years of excellence and timeless craftsmanship. Just a 3-point game as the Knicks and the Wizards began the third quarter. Knicks looking to pull away, not wanting the Wizards to hang around in this one.
Brunson, low dribble, ripped through a move, got hammered and scored. He's down on his back after taking a hard shoulder check just outside the restricted area. Now helped to his feet by Towns, and a 10-point lead with a chance to add another.
It wasn't the best shooting night for Jalen Brunson. He did have 16 points, also a season-high 9 assists, but 6 for 17 from the field for Jalen Brunson. But the Knicks are off and running in that third quarter. They got red hot, and for a second straight night, it was their newcomer off the bench. Also, your thriving player, brought to you by ThriveWell Infusion.
Brunson sets a screen for on the near side. Slip pass to a cutting Yabu. Barrels down the lane. Kick out to Hart far corner. Extra pass Clarkson. And he buries a 3. The Knicks are playing beautiful basketball right now, and it forces another Washington timeout.
15 points on a couple of three-pointers in 21 minutes off the bench for Jordan Clarkson. That was your thriving player, brought to you by ThriveWell Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center, saving lives drip by drip. Everyone getting in on the act in the third as the Knicks took their largest lead of the game.
Josh Hart catches and shoots from the left wing and knocks down another one. He had 2 3-pointers all season before tonight. Now he's connected on 2 in a row. 27-point Knick lead, their largest.
A dominant third quarter during which the Knicks outscored the Wizards 41-24. They took a 98-78 lead into the fourth quarter, where all that was left to do was put the finishing touches on another win.
Inbound was tipped by McBride, stolen by Shamet. Works his way to the front court. Trailer Clarkson, he's wide open for 3. In and out, offensive rebound. Towns, and the putback will give him his third consecutive 20-point double-double.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns, 6 double-doubles in all in the first 7 games of the season, and Towns put a punctuation mark on this night.
Clarkson dribbles around the perimeter, finds Towns on the right side, will speed pass, Sarr, and throw it down with the right hand. Karl Anthony Towns has been dominant tonight.
Finishing the night like he started it, dominant for sure. In 30 minutes, Towns had 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 of them on the offensive glass. He also had 5 assists and a couple of steals. That was the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon in the Knicks' 119-102 victory over the Washington Wizards. And your top shelf performer, Karl Anthony Towns with MSG's Bill Pito.
Karl, congrats on your best game of the season. 33 points, 13 rebounds. How'd you do it tonight?
Got opportunities and just wanted to capitalize on them. And, it's a good win, for us to bounce back, 2 games in a row. It's a good to do in front of our crowd, too.
You guys are up 3 at the half, and you blew it wide open in the third quarter. What was the key? You outscored them by 17 points in the third quarter.
We just got some stops, and we capitalized. So getting points off turnovers was big for us in the third quarter. We did a great job of that, and it got us this win.
You guys are rolling at home, and your former team, Minnesota's in town Wednesday night. What are your emotions as these guys come into town?
I'm a Knick, so I ain't thinking about nothing else but this team. So happy to be here, happy to be in front of these fans, happy to be in the Garden of Mecca. Can't wait to go out there and compete again.
All right, congrats on a great game. We'll see you Wednesday.
Appreciate it.
Karl Anthony Towns with tonight's top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, never compromise. Drink responsibly. Still to come on the New York Knicks post-game show, we'll look ahead to the next game of this homestand for the Knicks. That will be Wednesday night against Cat's former team. We'll also hear from head coach Mike Brown. That's coming up in the Coaches Report after the Knicks beat Washington 119-102. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
I'll keep back with you on the New York Knicks post-game show. A 17-point win for the Knicks tonight over the Wizards. The Knicks shoot 47% from the field, hit 15 more three-pointers, a 37% clip from downtown, and a night after handing out 31 assists in a win over the Bulls, 32 assists tonight for the Knicks. Double-doubles for Karl-Anthony Towns, 33 points, 13 rebounds. Also Josh Hart, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists for both Towns and Josh Hart. The Knicks improved to 4-3. They're 4-0 at Madison Square Garden. A lot of wild finishes in the NBA tonight. Not in Brooklyn, though. Not a lot of drama there, where Minnesota beats the Nets 125-109. T-Wolves will be at the Garden on Wednesday night. A couple of familiar faces had big names in Brooklyn. Dante DiVincenzo, 25 points. He hit 6 3-pointers in the win. And Julius Randle had a triple-double of 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists as the Nets fall to 0-7 to begin the season. Minnesota, like the Knicks, is 4-3. Giannis Antetokounmpo, a 16-footer at the buzzer, gives Milwaukee a 117-115 win over the Indiana Pacers. Antetokounmpo 33 points and 13 rebounds as the Bucks are 5-2. Boston was up big on Utah, but Yusuf Nurkic hits the game-winning shot with 0.6 of a second left as the Jazz come back to beat the Celtics 105-103. Boston is now 3-5, and it's a 3-4 start for the Utah Jazz. Couple games in progress. Houston and Dallas, good one, less than 4 minutes to go. The Rockets lead the Mavs 99-98. A good one in Memphis. The Grizzlies will be in New York as part of this homestand next week. But right now, at home, the Grizzlies trailing Detroit 103-100 with just over 3 minutes to play. Denver's on top of Sacramento 77-67, and they are just underway in Portland, where the Trailblazers have a 3-point lead over the Lakers in the first quarter. Knicks fans, check out the first Knicks and Malbon collection to rep your favorite team in style. Head to Knicks.com/shop to start shopping. We'll take another break on the New York Knicks postgame show. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Mike Brown after the Knicks beat the Wizards 119-102 at the Garden. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Pat O'Keefe back with you on the New York Knicks post-game show. So the Knicks take care of business against the Wizards tonight, 119-102.